Ladies and gentlemen, this is your TNA Impact feature contest. It is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied by James Mitchell, standing 6 feet 8 inches tall, weighing 350 pounds, the monster, Abyss.
It was last week on Impact when the Monster Abyss was victorious in the Fight for the Right tournament finals. Good news, bad news. The good news is Abyss is the #1 contender. He meets Sting this Sunday at Genesis for the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. Bad news, Abyss, you will be Kurt Angle's opponent right now when Angle makes his TNA in-ring debut.
You know, Mike, nobody but James Mitchell knows what goes on in that monster's mind. Is he looking ahead to this Sunday at Genesis when he faces Sting for the World Championship? Or does he have him in sync for tonight's match against Kurt Angle?
Don't go anywhere. The introduction of Kurt Angle when we return to Impact.
And his opponent from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, he is the only Olympic gold medalist in professional wrestling history. He is Kurt Angle!
Ladies and gentlemen, we will never forget the date, September 24th, 2006. At the conclusion of the No Surrender pay-per-view, TNA management, Jim Cornette, proudly announced the signing of the Olympic gold medalist and the man who is the greatest wrestler in professional wrestling, Kurt Angle. Resume unparalleled. Two-time NCAA Division I heavyweight champion. He capped off his illustrious amateur wrestling career by winning a gold medal at the 1996 Olympics in Atlanta, Georgia, despite competing with a broken neck. He is the only man who you can state is the greatest amateur and the greatest professional wrestler. It's what separates him from everyone else, and I've been told that by everyone from the late Lou Thesz to Harley Race to Bret Hart. Kurt Angle, welcome to TNA.
Mike, there are great moments that you get to feel, and in the 4.5 years we've been together, there's been so many of them. But the electricity in this building, realizing this crowd, and we are getting ready to see Kurt Angle in ring action for the very first time here on Spike TV. What a moment! But what a competitor he's facing. The Monster Abyss, 6'8", 350 pounds. A man known for bringing out thousands and thousands of tacks. A man who has put his body through more tables, has done so many things to damage himself, and he doesn't care. He will do anything to win this match against Kurt Angle.
His opponent, Kurt Angle, the man who squares off this Sunday at Genesis against Samoa Joe. And what was Mitchell looking for underneath the ring? It could be the tacks.
Oh, absolutely. I believe he was looking for that bag of tacks, and I'm sure he's got stashed somewhere there, and he'll try to use, if he can, to put Kurt Angle through him.
What I was going to mention about Kurt Angle is, in all my years in professional wrestling, he is without a doubt the most intense individual that I have ever seen. This Sunday at Genesis, it's the 1.5-year undefeated streak of Samoa Joe, the Samoan submission machine, and it's on the line in a match, Don, that you and I have talked about for over a year. It's a match that we dreamed about. It's a match that we thought, because of political reasons, we would never, ever see. But my God, it's gonna be a reality this Sunday at Genesis. Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe, for the very first time.
There is no doubt in my mind that the main reason that Kurt Angle came over to the TNA was to face the Samoan submission machine. A man whose reputation has been growing so fast in this business. A man many people are calling the best in wrestling today. And Kurt Angle, a man who's held that moniker for so long, he wanted to come here and prove that he's the best. And I can hardly wait till the match of the decade takes place this Sunday at Genesis.
And Don, I have just received word from the office of TNA Management's Jim Cornette, added to the Genesis pay-per-view lineup this Sunday. Chris Sabin, Christopher Daniels, and wait a minute, where's Mitchell headed? Sabin and Daniels for the X Division title, plus this had to happen. The phenomenal AJ Styles against Christian Cage. What a great opportunity for Styles to gain revenge.
Throw in Sting versus the Monster Abyss that's out there now for the Heavyweight Championship. Throw in LAX against the incredible, and it's all because of that man right there, the Olympic gold medalist, as the crowd yelling Kurt Angle, yelling his name, yelling Angle. Wow, what electricity we're feeling right here, Mike.
Great uppercut by the Olympic gold medalist, and Angle rocks the monster and caught him with another one. Kurt Angle, he is driven by the constant need to prove himself as the best in the world at whatever it is that he does, and he will have that opportunity Sunday at Genesis against Samoa Joe. It's for the bragging rights. It's for the bragging rights to prove that they are the best in the world today.
You can see right here, though, Kurt Angle having to succumb to the weight and the power of the Monster Abyss. You gotta wonder to yourself, is this a good move for Kurt Angle? Yes, he hasn't wrestled in quite a while, so this is a chance to get himself ready, because you better be ready this Sunday, because Samoa Joe will be. But also, oh, nice shot right there as he takes the legs out of the Monster Abyss. You gotta wonder, can the Monster Abyss take enough out of him to make it rough on him this Sunday at Genesis?
What a great move. The chop block by Angle takes down the 350-pounder. And Don, this is a question that we've had. Huge size advantage here for the Monster Abyss. The same thing holds true this Sunday at Genesis when he faces Samoa Joe. But if you think about it, maybe the most impressive thing of his entire career, and especially his amateur career, he was outweighed, he was outsized by wrestlers who were 30-plus pounds heavier than him. And of course, he went on to become a 3-time Division I All-American.
You can see right there Abyss doing whatever he has to do to break that hold. Think of the different styles that you got of Angle and Samoa Joe. Think of the different styles that you got of the Monster Abyss and Sting, as they're both in such high-profile matches this Sunday. Oh, what a great feeling as we're watching history tonight. And now you can see Abyss has got him up high. Oh, he nails it, and Angle bows up right there on the mat, writhing in pain.
The monster connects with the shock treatment, the sit-down backbreaker. And you're right, Kurt Angle's in trouble. And wait a minute, what is this? You know, this is what TNA is all about. You can expect the unexpected, and here comes James Mitchell with a wheelbarrow full of thumbtacks. There's thousands of them.
You knew they were going to be close by. As you can see, James Mitchell pouring them all over the floor. Oh, man, you don't want to miss any part of this. This is total non-stop action at its finest.
And welcome back, everyone, to the continuation of our primetime main event matchup. The Monster Abyss against Kurt Angle in his TNA debut. Right before we went to commercial break, James Mitchell wheeled down those thousands and thousands of thumbtacks, and you know how much Abyss loves to use them as a weapon.
And he's got the momentum right here. You can see Angle's dazed. Angle's trying to get his bearings. This is a chance for the Monster Abyss to end this. I mean, think about that, putting him through those tacks on the concrete floor, and he's got him up right here. Oh, Angle looks helpless, and here comes Abyss.
Look out! Oh, just before he went into the tacks, Angle able to shove him off, and then answers with a big shot and an uppercut that rocks the monster.
I tell you, you can look at the look in Angle's face as he puts his head into the ring post. It was like the light just came on. He realized how close it was as he slammed his head right there in the steel steps.
You're right. From one steel ring post to the steel steps, and then in great uppercut-style knee that has Abyss on the defensive and a double sledge off the apron.
Kurt Angle right now is a man possessed. You can see it. He can feel it. He was so close to being jammed in those tacks, and now, but then again, that quickly, the Monster Abyss turns it around and slams him into the rail.
He just flung him right into the unprotected steel guardrail, and Angle hit it at a very bad angle with his ribs crashing into the steel.
Oh, you can see him writhing in pain, and this is a chance for the Monster Abyss to take advantage. Right now of Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle has done so much with the Monster Abyss still standing.
Want to remind you, all the late breaking news as we head into this Sunday's Genesis pay-per-view. It's the Road to Genesis. It airs this Saturday at midnight right here on Spike TV.
You can see the Monster Abyss. He can smell victory right here as he rolls Kurt Angle into the middle of the ring, and Kurt Angle trying to get to his feet. It's like everything he's doing, he seems to get an advantage at one point, but yet the size and the power of Monster Abyss is just too much.
Oh, no question. The Monster wants to spoil the TNA in-ring debut of the Olympic gold medalist. He's going to take Angle up, Oh, look at the blood rushing to the head of Kurt Angle, and he powers him down to the mat.
Oh, he just held him up there, and it seemed like time was standing still, and it had to feel that way to Kurt Angle.
10, 2, that's 350 pounds right across the chest of Kurt Angle, who avoids the 3 count.
Almost a little nonchalant, I thought, with that left arm on the face of Kurt Angle, but this is his way, I think, of toying with him. This is also a way for Abyss to send the message to Sting this Sunday at Genesis.
Let's break it down for Sunday. Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle. Let's analyze it. Better technical wrestler.
Kurt Angle by far.
Better striker.
Oh, Samoa Joe with his knees in his hands, he's amazing.
How about the size advantage?
You would think Samoa Joe, Mike, but we know Kurt Angle has made a living about beating people that were twice his size.
You're right. He thrives in that pressure situation. Ladies and gentlemen, there's never been a match like this in professional wrestling in years. It goes down this Sunday. Angle gonna take him up and just drop the Abyss right on his head.
I mean, this guy can, I don't know where he finds it. It looked like the Monster Abyss had him. You can see the crowd trying to cheer Angle on, and it looked like Abyss had him finished, but Kurt Angle reached down. I mean, this is why he's one of the greatest wrestlers in the history of this business. He's able to reach down and find something that others can't.
Angle slowly making his way back up to his feet. Abyss at the same time. Both men back up to the vertical base at the same time. Swinging this with a clothesline. Oh, German suplex. That's a 350-pound man he took over. And a second one, and watch him maintain his control. He's still got the grip.
He just did it 2 in a row, and he's going for a 3rd. You gotta be kidding. 3 German suplexes in a row. That's unbelievable, Mike. Unreal.
We've never seen Abyss handled like that before. And the straps are down. And Angle fires up.
Oh, you can see that look in his eyes. He's got it now, and he's waiting for Abyss to turn right into him. And he can take
Oh, man, he went for that Olympic slam, but Abyss avoided it. Look out!
Black Gold Slam! He caught Angle with the Black Gold Slam. 1, 2. Oh, you gotta be kidding. He's able to get out of that. That's unreal. I've got to see that again. How did he break that count, Mike?
Oh, we've got to take another look. Let's check out the replay. Here it is.
You can see right here. He goes up to get him. Abyss able to get out of it, and then the Black Gold Slam. Looks like it's done, and somehow Kurt Angle gets that shoulder up just in the nick of time.
Uh-oh, now Abyss measuring Angle. He's got the hand, he's got the arm up into the air. You know that he's gonna try and goozle him. Here comes a choke slam.
He's got a hold of it right here. If he can get the full extension and slam him down, that could be, wait a minute.
Reversal.
He's got it.
Oh, he's got it. There it is. Angle's got it cinched in. There's the ankle lock.
Think about this. If he gets Samoa Joe in that ankle lock this Sunday, will it be the first time that Samoa Joe taps out? Think about that as you see. He's got the ankle lock grinding in the Monster Abyss.
And you know Abyss, he's never tapped out. But with Angle gets that ankle lock on Samoa Joe, the 1.5-year winning streak could come to an end Sunday, and he pulls Abyss back to the middle of the ring.
Think of the strength that takes as Abyss, with everything he's got, trying to go to the ropes. Kurt Angle just pulls him right back to the middle, and now he's applying it even harder. And look at the Monster Abyss. He's thinking about it. You can see it. He's never been in this position before.
Oh, doing everything within his power to fight through that pain, to try and make it to the ropes, to get the rope break, and he barely grazed the ropes, and referee Rudy Charles says no.
And you can see here, Kurt Angle applies it even harder. And look at this. Abyss, you can see the pain even through the mask. And is he gonna tap out?
Yes!
He does.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Kurt Angle!
What an incredible debut! What an incredible 2-hour primetime special! And it ends with his hand raised in victory! The best wrestler in professional wrestling, Kurt Angle! Last week on Impact, the War Machine Rhino went absolutely ballistic. The Tennessee Cowboy, James Storm, lit the fire that caused Rhino to destroy our broadcast table and completely trash the Impact Zone. He'll need that focus. He'll need that intensity tonight. The instant classic Christian Cage can talk all he wants about how he has dominated the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, and he will. But to be honest, the numbers don't lie. and they actually reinforce his claims. In the past 16 calendar months, Christian has held the gold for 9 of those months in his 2 reigns as champion. You can question his morals, you can question his methods, but it's tough to question how effective and how impactful Christian Cage has been since arriving here in TNA back at Genesis in 2005.
Mike, I have that visual at Slammiversary. It was the King of the Mountain match. Christian Cage so close to hanging that belt on the ladder. And then, out of nowhere, it was the spear from Chris Harris, almost directed directly at Christian Cage. And what it did was it took him out of winning that title for the 3rd time. Well, tonight, he has a chance to win that championship again and join Samoa Joe against the tag team champions at Victory Road.
The announcement of his signing with TNA at No Surrender in September of last year, Kurt Angle made it his priority to become World Heavyweight Champion. We thought that Angle had accomplished that goal and sacrifice in the 3-way match with Sting and Christian, but the controversial nature of the finish caused the title to be held up, but at Slammiversary earlier this month, Kurt Angle finally did it.
The satisfaction that Kurt Angle had to feel standing on that ladder, holding that TNA World Championship belt, has got to be indescribable. But he doesn't have a chance to let it breathe, Mike. He's got to defend it right here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the TNA Heavyweight Championship of the World. When the bell rings, the man in charge, TNA Senior Official, Mr. Rudy Charles. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the participants. First of all, standing in the corner to my left, he weighed in this morning at 260 pounds. From the Motor City of Detroit, Michigan, this is the War Machine, Rhino. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing competitor number 2. Originally from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, now making his home out of Tampa, Florida. He weighed in this morning at 232 pounds. He is the instant classic, Christian Cage. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing, weighing in at 232 pounds, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, he is professional wrestling's only Olympic gold medalist and the current reigning and defending TNA Heavyweight Champion of the World. This is Kurt Angle. And now, ladies and gentlemen, before the matchup, please allow me to introduce the first man to qualify for the Match of Champions, July 15th at the Victory Road pay-per-view. He is the X Division Champion of the World, the Samoan Submission Machine, Samoa Joe.
Last week on Impact, Samoa Joe won a 3-way match over Chris Sabin and Black Machismo Jay Lethal to become X Division champ. Bad luck for Lethal, good fortune for Samoa Joe, who not only became X Division champ for the 3rd time, but also qualified for the Match of Champions July 15 at Victory Road. Samoa Joe to join us tonight at the broadcast position to offer insight into this world's title match, and we have so many questions about how Samoa Joe might be able to coexist with his 3 potential tag team partners.
Here we see the Samoan Submission Machine showing the respect to Rhino before this matchup. somebody that he would be able to work with very well, I believe, at Victory Road. There you see Christian Cage, Mike, walking out of the ring, not even going to acknowledge Joe. And then here's where the tension always seems to lie. Samoa Joe face first with Kurt Angle.
Samoa Joe trying to get on the same page with all three individuals in anticipation that he's going to have to coexist with one of these three at Victory Road. Did you see that slap?
I mean, he just set him up there. He had it out calmly. Kurt Angle, I think, just concentrating on this match at hand, and he fell for it. And look at the Samoan submission machine, making sure that Kurt Angle not going to be 100% for this match, that's for sure.
I mean, the opening bell hasn't even sounded for this no disqualification, must be a winner, World's Heavyweight Championship match. And check out that headbutt from Samoa Joe here in the crowd at the Impact Zone. And there goes Angle right into the wall.
I mean, just look how brutal Samoa Joe's being. You can see it in his face. One shot in the wall now, going through the crowd, inflicting damage. And now look at this. Oh, right there against the wall again.
Oh yeah, he cleared the path. He drove Angle right directly into the wood. Now he's got Angle by the head, taking him to the back of the Impact Zone.
Oh man, Samoa Joe on a mission. Oh, yeah. One shot after another, head first into that wall. And right now, Christian Cage, Rhino, gotta be wondering what's going on as they watch Joe just pummel as you see people from the back coming out to stop Samoa Joe.
Right, wrestlers from the locker room to try and separate these two. And there's TNA Management's Jim Cornette, and he's sending Samoa Joe out of the building. We're going to try and restore order when we return to Impact, the world's title match. And welcome back, everyone, to Impact. The TNA World's Heavyweight Championship is on the line. The new champion, the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle against the War Machine Rhino versus Christian Cage. A three-way match, no disqualification. There must be a winner.
Mike, the first question that comes to mind is the condition of Kurt Angle. Samoa Joe did exactly what he intended. You know he doesn't want Kurt Angle to be his partner in Victory Road. Either that or it's just payback for Slammiversary.
Maybe a combination of both. Check out this offensive burst in the opening minute from the War Machine Rhino. But from behind, Angle clocks him, and then the European uppercut locks him.
One shot after another as you see both of them going after Rhino. I really like what Jim Cornette did with the War Machine. He saw that passion last week. And you mentioned about there being no glass ceiling. And he is a former world champion. And we saw something come out of the War Machine last week I think that we haven't seen in a long time, that fire.
And I think if he can channel that intensity, if he can focus that fire, he has an opportunity, Don, to leave the Impact Zone tonight with the World's Heavyweight title. Did you notice the communication there between Christian Cage and Angle?
Well, somebody's going to have to work together, I believe, especially when you've got a three-way like this early on. It's going to all break down every man for himself, but that's the experience of Angle and Christian, I think, knowing that the War Machine is fired up. He's got nothing to lose. That's why they're attacking him first.
Angle hits the suplex on Rhino, and you know this relationship between Christian Cage and Kurt Angle, I mean, it just has to be momentary. They're on the same page right now, but Don, long term, I can't see it because there's only one man that's leaving Impact tonight with that World's Heavyweight Championship belt.
But it is true, they are pacing themselves, and you know what? It's not a bad idea because of the emotion that is in that ring right now. They're letting each other kind of go after Rhino, and think about it, Rhino's got to deal with both these guys at the same time. That's going to wear him out, and Kurt Angle, especially after the way this thing started with Joe, needs to get his breath every chance he gets. But look at Rhino showing that fire.
Another one of those offensive bursts out of the corner, but then the numbers game catch up to the War Machine here, and Angle and Christian continue the beatdown.
It's amazing how dangerous these guys are taking Rhino. They know what this guy can do, and I mentioned it earlier. He's got nothing to lose. This is like all of a sudden giving a gift, a chance at being the world champion tonight and being in the match of champions at Victory Road.
Double team, Angle and Christian shoot Rhino off into the turnbuckles, swing and a miss with the clothesline, and then Rhino connects. Clotheslines for both Christian and the Olympic gold medalist. Here goes Christian for the ride, fired off into the ropes and high back body drop.
Boy, that'll get the momentum turned around in a hurry. He just uses that strength, and he really is. He's such a force. We saw that last week when he tore up our announce table. It was child's play. He really has a strength, I think, that people don't realize. They see him in action, and look at it right now. I mean, helpless is Christian Cage as he puts the full force of the weight on him.
Running power slam leads to a near fall before Angle wisely comes in and breaks it up before three, and then he gets decked for his troubles by Rhino. Here comes belly to belly by Rhino on Christian.
Boy, just one right after another, but they keep coming. But you mentioned how they broke up the pin and how it was wise of Kurt Angle to do that. You've got to be aware of everything right now. You can't be caught on the outside looking in while somebody gets a quick roll-up. You've got to be aware at all times what's going on in that ring.
Backbreaker across the knee, follow cover, barely a 1 count that time by Angle on Rhino. Want to remind you next week right here on Impact, the third and final qualifying match, Team 3D to defend their tag team titles, Jim Cornette to leave this decision entirely up to the fans. The polls have been up all week at TNAWrestling.com. This is your last chance to vote. Text now which former tag team champs should get the shot next week. A, LAX, B, AJ Styles or Christopher Daniels, or C, the Naturals. Text A, B, or C right now to 76,000. Let your vote be heard. The top 2 teams will get the shot right here next week on Impact. We'll have the results later in this broadcast.
You saw Kurt Angle right there trying to wear down the War Machine. Everything he could, but look at that strength, that adrenaline as Rhino gets to his feet. And there was Kurt Angle helpless on the shoulders of Rhino, and he just sends him back right on his back.
Smart strategy here by Christian Cage. You'll notice that he spent the past couple of minutes outside the 6-sided ring. He's getting his strength, he's getting his power back, and at the same time, he's watching as Angle and Rhino beat the hell out of each other.
Every chance you get, try to catch an extra breath. Oh, raking of the eyes right there by Kurt Angle, and hey, it's no disqualification. Sometimes you gotta take a shortcut, Mike, and in a situation with everything on the line, I mean, you may never get another shot at it again after tonight.
The defending TNA World's Heavyweight Champion tried to suplex Rhino, but just like we showed you in the tail of the tape, there's that size advantage. There's the weight and power that's on Rhino's side as he quickly reverses and takes Angle overhead.
Watch Christian Cage, though. He's gone from one side of the ring to the other, and there it is. He grabs Rhino, then pulls him into the ring post. Now sliding back into the ring, and there goes, oh! And he just let Kurt Angle's momentum take him into the ring post. Christian Cage played it perfectly, and here he goes for the pin.
Reverse DDT leads to a near fall. A 2 count on Angle. As we anticipated, that relationship between Christian Cage and Kurt Angle was fleeting. They would use it to their own advantage, but when Christian saw the opening, you know he's going to take advantage of this. Neck break, pin, here's 1, here's 2, shoulder up by Angle.
Christian trying to steal one right there, but you were so right. You have to use a partner sometimes if it's appropriate, but when you have a chance to make the go, you have no friends in that ring.
Yet to come here tonight on Impact, Eric Young in action, plus an X Division showcase match.
Mike, though, before we can get to any of that, there must be a winner tonight in this no disqualification World Championship match. And wow, Rhino just crumpled right there. I wonder if he's got an injury, if something happened. Christian Cage used his momentum forward, and you can see Rhino, looks like the legs just crumpled underneath him, and Christian Cage can smell it.
Off the inverted atomic drop. Christian with a drop kick right into the chest of Rhino. He goes for the pin and another 2 count.
Pure adrenaline right there on behalf of the War Machine as he got the shoulder up. I'm going to keep an eye again to see if there's some kind of an injury, but now you can see he's trying to get to his feet, and Christian Cage can sense it. Look at him right here, pulling back on that arm, wrenching that back.
Abdominal stretch applied in mid-ring by Christian Cage, and Don, think of the long-term history between these two. It goes back over a decade.
Oh, it does, and I'll never forget Bound for Glory last year, and you think about the condition that Christian Cage left Rhino in. But, oh, Christian Cage seems to just have Rhino's number. But, oh, that's where the force comes. But look, he lands on his feet.
Rhino tried to toss him out to the arena floor. Christian landed on the apron, and he's going to go up top. That's no man's land. Not the usual place that we see Christian Cage, and it looks like there's not going to be much of a payoff. Rhino's ready for him, going to try and superplex him back, and here comes Angle.
Kurt Angle just waited and waited. We watched him outside the ring, and there he is, but he comes in, and he gets a shot in the face by Christian Cage. Oh, look at this as Rhino puts it straight on it. Could this be? Frog splash right before the 3 count.
Christian on Angle, 2. No, Angle powers out.
Unbelievable, but how smart was that of Christian Cage? He had the high road, Mike, and he watched that whole thing take place.
Commercial break upcoming when we return to Impact. More of Rhino, Christian Cage, and Kurt Angle for the world's title. And we're back on Impact. Continuation of the TNA World's Heavyweight Championship matchup. The new title holder, Kurt Angle, the two challengers, the War Machine Rhino and Christian Cage, plus the winner will go on to Victory Road July the 15th to team with Samoa Joe in the match of champions against whoever the TNA World Tag Team Champions are at that time.
And this will all be decided next week. Remember, TNA Mobile right now. Text A, B, or C to 76,000. A being LAX, B being Styles and Daniels, C being the Naturals. You decide who faces Team 3D to get in to Victory Road.
And we will have the results of that poll later in tonight's Impact broadcast. One German suplex plus another now at 2. And you'll notice that Kurt Angle maintains his grip. He's got those fingers locked. Gonna go for a third German, and he connects against Christian.
Oh, you could just see Christian Cage's eyes rolling in the back of his head as Kurt Angle hit him with that third German suplex. I'll tell you something though, Mike, it's amazing what we've seen transform. Oh, a fourth one! It just had a sickening thud. But what we've seen transgress here in the Impact Zone, there is no doubt this crowd is 100% behind the War Machine Rhino.
Oh, and those repeated shots with the suplexes. How about a fifth? And you're right, a sickening thud each time. Angle connects with that German suplex, and the back of Christian Cage's head makes contact with the canvas.
I don't know if people realize how much that takes out of even Kurt Angle, because you've got to lift him up and pull him back, but it's like it's just firing him up right now, and he goes right for the ankle.
Ankle lock applied, his patented submission move. Oh, and you can just see that Christian Cage is fighting through the pain, gonna try and reach out and make contact with that bottom strand of ropes to get the break.
Well, you better make sure you know where Rhino is at all times. And right now, Kurt Angle's not looking behind him as Rhino is right there and he rolls him up. 1, 2, oh, you almost had a pin.
I mean, this is always the situation when you have these three-way matches. We talk about needing eyes in the back of your head. Never truer than in this world's title match. And all of a sudden, Rhino's back in the running.
Have you noticed, Mike, that every wrestler's had their chance to kind of catch their breath either in the corner or outside the ring, and it's always worked to their advantage. Oh, he's got him in the ankle lock again, and now Rhino just went too far, and now he's in it.
First he had the ankle lock on Christian Cage. Now he applies it to the War Machine Rhino. Here comes Christian, and now two for the price of one.
He's got them both. He's got them both right here. Now it's going to be up to Christian Cage and Rhino. They're looking at each other, both of them, thinking about tapping. Who taps first? He's got it locked in.
And that's the way that you reverse that double ankle lock as Christian and Rhino work in concert. Oh, and then both connect with the clothesline, and down goes Angle.
Oh, they had to work together right there. Oh, mid-ring collision. Double clothesline at the same time, takes them both out. All three of them right now wiped out in the middle of the ring as the crowd chants their appreciation.
Oh, you saw how long Christian Cage and the War Machine Rhino were able to coexist, were able to work together. What was it, about 2 seconds before they both tried to stab each other in the back with that clothesline?
Well, if they'd have waited another couple seconds, one of them would have tapped out. It was just a matter of being the eye contact, I think, and the professionalism knowing it's now or never.
Senior official Rudy Charles puts in the count. Looks like outside, Christian Cage is going to be the first up to his feet. Now Rhino, the second, Angle's up as well. Here comes Christian from the top, and the War Machine is ready for him.
Rhino looked a little wobbly right there, but now he seems to have caught his balances. He's got Christian Cage up top where he wants. Christian trying to fight him off, and again, here comes Angle, and he hits him with a German suplex.
Angle there to take advantage of that situation. You're right, German suplex for Rhino. Charges up and takes Christian from the top down to the canvas.
That's a champion for you. I don't know how he had the speed. 1, 2, he's got it, no! Christian Cage able to get the shoulder up just in time, but how about that speed of Angle climbing those ropes and sending Christian to the middle of the ring?
That burst, that rush of adrenaline by the Olympic gold medalist and the reigning world's heavyweight champion almost enabled him to win this three-way match and advance as, yes, believe it or not, he would have been Samoa Joe's partner at Victory Road. Now, Angle takes Christian, quick reversal. Oh, man, Christian just flung Angle. The two heads collided, Angle and Rhino, and there it is. He just caught him unprettier.
1, 2, oh, man, somehow, and you can see Christian Cage can't believe it. It was so close, he hit the unprettier perfectly, but Kurt Angle able to sense in the last second where referee Rudy Charles' count was, and he just got the shoulder up.
Wow, how many matches through the years has Christian Cage won after hitting that unprettier, but amazingly, you're right, Don, Kurt Angle able to power out, and now Christian Cage with the open hand slaps to the face of Angle. That's just going to wake him up. Here's Rhino up on top.
Oh man, the War Machine! Flying clothesline as the cat is looking.
Cover.
1, 2, Rhino! Oh, he didn't get it. The crowd sensed it. You saw Angle bow up, and it looked like Rhino had it won. And again, Kurt Angle at the last second gets the shoulder up.
Just as Rudy Charles motioned to Christian Cage moments earlier, Rhino, you were just this close to becoming TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh, look at this. Rhino turns him around. Now he's sitting on his back, pulling back. Will Kurt Angle submit?
Perfect ring positioning, dead center, middle of the ring with the Boston Crab, and is Angle gonna tap? Oh, he's so close.
Oh, you saw Christian coming up on the ring apron, and that's why Rhino let him go. I don't think Rhino realized how close Angle was to tapping. Oh, what a knee.
Yeah, just as Rhino was gonna hit the door, Angle caught him and then connects with the Olympic Slam.
Can he retain? 1, 2. Oh, the War Machine. Everybody just sensing the last exact moment as you see Christian Cage pulling a table. It's no disqualification. And here he is, and he's got both these guys down in the ring, Mike.
And Don, think of what we've seen. We've seen the unprettier, we've seen the gore, we've seen the Olympic Slam, and there still isn't a winner. No disqualification. Yes, there must be a winner in this world's title match.
That just shows you how important the World Championship is. It makes you able to do things. It gives you that extra adrenaline that you don't have in everyday life. It's just so important as the crowd cheering on the table that Christian Cage brings in, and he just slams the face of Kurt Angle right on top and then tosses him aside.
Now, attention turned to the War Machine, Rhino. Rhino tries to fight back, connects with a right, and there goes Christian face first into the table.
He went to the well one time too often, and now Rhino setting that table up in the corner. We know how he likes to set someone up and hit him with that gore, but if he takes too long with these guys in the ring, it's going to backfire on him.
You're right, because this enables Christian Cage and Kurt Angle to both get their breath, and as Christian gets to his feet, Rhino comes in, and Christian takes the shortcut, raked his eyes, and then drives him right back down to the mat using the hair. Now, look at him put the boots to Angle and putting that one boot right across the windpipe, right across the throat of the world's champ.
I mean, you got to admire his timing. Wait a minute, here comes the Monster Abyss, walking right down the ramp, and you can see Christian Cage sees him coming, and he's backing up, and he's trying to get out of the ring.
I mean, since his return to TNA, Abyss has been totally focused on gaining revenge for that brutal beating at the hands of Christian Cage. The Monster Abyss, he's in pursuit of Christian Cage. Let's keep the camera on these two as they fight outside the Impact Zone.
We gotta have a winner in this world title match.
We're back on Impact, and while the fight continues outside the Impact Zone between the Monster Abyss and Christian Cage, Rhino and Kurt Angle, they're still battling in the ring. There's no disqualification. TNA World's Heavyweight Championship match continues, and remember, there must be a winner.
You can just feel the intensity of Abyss as he just slams Christian Cage right into the cooler as in the ring. You see the War Machine, one shot after another, and it looks like he's got Kurt Angle reeling.
Quick reversal. Angle shoots Rhino off. Look at that. Belly to belly. He took the War Machine overhead. Pin two.
Oh, so close, but Rhino gets the shoulder up. As again, we're back outside with Abyss, who's in total control of Christian Cage. It's like one gets momentum, then the other turns it around. And right now you gotta wonder if Christian Cage is gonna make it back in because Abyss is doing whatever he wants.
He just took Christian Cage, threw him shoulder first, right into that steel trash dumpster. Big shots outside the Impact Zone. Meanwhile, in the ring, Kurt Angle neutralizing the War Machine Rhino.
I mean, it looked like it was all Rhino, and you can see now Kurt Angle wearing him down as Abyss just uses one thing. What's he gonna do here? Oh no! He's got him trapped. Oh, he just gets out of the way in time.
You're right, Christian just avoiding that oncoming trash can. Monster Abyss has got him throttled. Gonna try and choke slam Christian Cage.
And there they are! AJ Styles and Tomko just in time for Christian Cage. As you can see, though, Abyss just fights them both off. But will the numbers game be too much for Abyss?
You're right, AJ Styles, Tomko. This is part of Christian Cage's backup plan, obviously. And now they continue this assault. Oh, man, he's using that guardrail on Abyss.
Anything that's not nailed down is back in the ring. Rhino gets to his feet. A solid right, but you can just see how wobbly these guys are. Think about how long they've been in that ring in this title matchup.
Yeah, the 25-minute mark. Uncharted waters here in TNA. Longest Impact match ever. Suplex, pin, angle, 2 count only on Rhino.
Just able to get the shoulder up in time as you see Tomko raining blows. And Abyss, wait a minute. You just heard Christian Cage tell him as he kicks him in the head. Then he tried to cause Madonna shot. Christian Cage making his way back to the Impact Zone. Remember, there will be a winner tonight.
And welcome back, everyone, to an incredible TNA World's Heavyweight Championship match as the defending champ, the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle, continues his beatdown on the War Machine Rhino.
Well, it would behoove Christian Cage to get back into this ring fairly quickly, because if there's a pin or a submission, this match will be over, and you can tell that Kurt Angle is just getting stronger and stronger, Mike, as this goes. I mean, think of the beatdown earlier with Samoa Joe. The longer this has went, it's gone to Kurt Angle's advantage.
And Don, as we near the 30-minute mark of this world's title match, there's the belly-to-belly by the War Machine Rhino on Kurt Angle. Gonna measure him now, gonna set up in the corner. Could this be the gore through the table?
Just when you think somebody's got it, what? Here it goes! Gore! Gore! Gore right through the table!
He stacked him up right through the wood. We've got to take another look at this.
Oh, he hits it straight on. Angle looks up, and it's too late because Rhino meets him right into the table. And look at Angle. Look at Angle. It's almost like he's out. Referee Rudy Charles going to look at him. And again, Christian Cage needs to get to that ring.
And did you notice at the point of contact, Rhino, he went head first right into the table just when he connected with the gore. And here comes Christian Cage back into this 3-way match for the World's Heavyweight title. Great timing on the part of the Instant Classic. Cover.
1, 2, done.
What happened?
Chris Harris out of nowhere pulls him out of the ring.
The Wildcat Chris Harris, the man who Christian Cage feels cost him the world's title match at Slammiversary in the King of the Mountain match, wasn't gonna let this match end like that, with Christian Cage picking the bones of Kurt Angle after that Rhino gore.
Well, you heard Christian Cage last week. He said he was gonna make a star out of Chris Harris if he wanted to face him. Well, Chris Harris is taking the fight right to Christian Cage, and it was just academic. So close. The timing of Chris Harris, unreal, as again, he cost Christian Cage the championship.
But keep in mind, no disqualification in this 3-way match. Must be a winner. Here comes Tomko. Here comes AJ Styles. And they 2-on-1 beatdown now on Wildcat Chris Harris.
What Christian's coalition might be the MVP.
Rhino.
Here we go.
Arm
Dude's
draped.
got it. What? Where did he find that? Where did he come up with that intestinal fortitude?
Meanwhile, it's still Tomko and Styles with the 2-on-1 on the Wildcat. Rhino was just this close. He draped the arm across Angle, but no, just the 2 count. And look at AJ laying those rights.
I still don't know where Kurt Angle found that. He was absolutely knocked out cold from that gore. It's just all the distractions that came in gave him just enough time. And look at them both in the ring. They're both still out as you see Christian's coalition just beating up on the Wildcat. And here comes the monster back in.
You're right, the Monster Abyss back inside the impact zone. And he goes right to AJ Styles. Big clubbing blow to the back of AJ. And there goes AJ into the guardrail. Now the Monster Abyss and Tomko battle.
All hell's broken loose here in the impact zone.
Yeah, and here comes Christian Cage back into the battle. We've just received word that due to the length of this match, they've canceled the Eric Young bout, and also due to the importance of this world's title match. And look at Christian Cage. Big shots right after right to the head of the Wildcat.
Oh my
Chris
God!
Harris.
Here comes Sting! What on earth is he doing here? This has just gotten even crazier. Why, Mike? Why is Sting getting involved?
I mean, we never expected this, but it's pretty obvious. Sting is here to help the Monster Abyss. I mean, think of it, Don. After months of the battles, after months of the bloodshed between these two, Abyss has finally earned the respect of Sting.
It's out of control. Everything's just broken down. I don't know what it's going to take. I don't know how long it's going to take, but we will have a world champion when this night's over.
And we're back on Impact as we pass the 40-minute mark of this unforgettable 3-way world's title match. TNA Management's Jim Cornette, he must be pulling his hair out because this 3-way match has turned into an all-out brawl. But remember, only Kurt Angle, Christian Cage, means Rhino can walk away with the World's Heavyweight title.
Jim Cornette knew what he was doing when he made this no disqualification. As you can see, Abyss and Tomko now. This battle is just taking a mind of its own. He's moving everybody out of the way. Oh, right there where the timekeeper is, and look at the blood on the side of Tomko's face.
A bloody Tomko goes face first right into the timekeeper's. Oh, man, what a shot to the back. Steel chair shot by Abyss on Tomko, and Sting using the baseball bat on AJ Styles up the ramp.
You can see Sting taking AJ down the tunnel. Oh, Tomko able to reverse it. A couple chair shots. I mean, he just creeps Abyss. And look at this. They're fighting up into the crowd.
Tomko and Abyss up in the stands here at the Impact Zone, battling by the broadcast table. With, what was that, a cable they had wrapped around his neck?
They're grabbing anything they can get a hold of to use as a weapon. Everybody, you got to get out of the way. And there you see Kurt Angle now. Rhino, the only two in the ring. And you see the elbow shot by Tomko.
Cameras focused on Abyss and Tomko behind the broadcast table. We'll keep our eye on the action in the ring as Angle has the sleeper on the War Machine. Rhino, look at these big overhand rights by Abyss.
Oh, you could just see the blood pouring from Tomko's head as those shots. Just unbelievable, powerful shots by the monster Abyss. And you see him now pushing him down the stairs as Tomko trying to get his bearings, and look at Abyss. He just grabs him and takes him right on out.
Abyss continues the beating on Tomko as we now return to the action in the ring in this World's Heavyweight title match. And Angle has Rhino just where he wants him. He's got him worn down, Don. He's neutralizing him.
I mean, you can see into the eyes of the War Machine how tired he is. I mean, his arm just lifeless as he's trying to shock himself back, but again, the arm just falls limp to the mat.
And think of this, the Wildcat Chris Harris has done it again. He's taken Christian Cage completely out of this world's title match.
It's down to these two, Kurt Angle or the War Machine. Who will be the TNA World Champion, and who gets to partner with Samoa Joe at Victory Road?
Rhino does not allow the arm to drop. Gonna try and mount a comeback. Incredible crowd here at the Impact Zone. Standing room only, everybody on their feet, and here comes Rhino with those right hands.
Oh, War Machine able to get to his feet, and look at this! He's got Angle on his shoulders, and he breaks it right down on his head.
TKO out of the fireman's carry. Both men down. Angle laid out. The War Machine, Rhino, if he can just drape his arm across the prone body of Angle.
What a matchup! What a title match! As you can see, Rhino, he's still feeling the effects of the sleeper hold.
Here's the cover.
1, 2, we have him. No, we don't.
Oh, how close can you come?
Oh, I thought we had a new world champion, Mike. It was that close, and you can see the frustration on Rhino's face.
So evident as Rhino pounds the mat, frustrated, feeling that he had the 3 count, but Angle miraculously kicked out at 2 9/10.
Angle able to get to his feet in the corner and using that kick. But look at Rhino, he turns it around, but nice elbow. Nice counter by Kurt Angle.
Rhino charges in, Angle catches him with the back elbow, and then unleashes a big right hand to the side of the head. And another one that rocks Rhino in the corner.
Oh, the crowd knows they've seen something special tonight. They've seen something tonight on Impact they've never seen before. Look at the joy in their faces as they know one of these two is going to Victory Road as the world champion.
And one of these two will join Samoa Joe as his tag team partner, belly to belly, overhead release suplex.
1, 2, oh my God, you've got to be kidding me. The War Machine kicked out of that. Unbelievable.
We thought it was a miracle when Angle did it to Rhino, but now the War Machine, he digs down deep. He will not allow himself to be beat.
I mean, it's just got to be wearing on you mentally as you see Angle motioning him up, and look at this, spine buster. He creeps him, and look at his back just pull up. Look at that. Here's his chance, Mike.
Angle in trouble. Rhino all his weight.
2, yes.
No, just 2 again.
Oh, Rhino, what has he got to do? He creamed him with that spine buster, but somehow Kurt Angle on instinct only got that shoulder up in time.
Rhino has to erase that from his mind. He's got to focus on the task at hand, but there it is. Angle connects with that ankle lock.
Oh, this is it. He's got him right in the middle of the ring. You can see the pain on Rhino's face. He's got to try to keep from tapping out, and look at the hand. He's so close. How much more can a man give?
I mean, Don, think of what both of these incredible warriors have been through. Well past the 40-minute mark of this world's title match, and there's the ankle lock by Angle.
Kurt Angle's got it cinched in, and look at this. He turns over on his back and uses his feet to kick out. And Kurt Angle's so tired, he couldn't hold on.
There he goes! Tossed by Rhino, powered right down to the mat. Belly to belly by the War Machine on Angle. Is he gonna go for the gore?
He's setting up. And wait a minute. Cowboy James Storm pouring the beer. Pouring the beer on. Oh, and he spits it in his face. Oh, my God.
Angle's gonna take him out. Olympic slam. Here's the cover.
No. No.
3 count. Angle has won it. Angle keeps the title.
I can't believe that the Cowboy James Storm would come in here and ruin a match that 2 Titans were giving it their all, and he just cost Rhino the championship.
So many issues, so many questions evolved from this incredible, once-in-a-lifetime, 3-way World's title match. But Don, one thing we know for certain, Kurt Angle, the TNA World's Heavyweight Champion, will be the tag team partner of Samoa Joe, the X Division Champion, to face the TNA World Tag Team Champions at Victory Road. Ladies and gentlemen, before we go off the air tonight, we'll have an announcement of the 2 teams that will face Team 3D next week, right here on Impact.
The following contest is for the TNA X Division Championship. It is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, he is the defending TNA X Division Champion. He is Kurt Angle.
Well, you see the Olympic gold medalist coming down the ramp as he's going to defend the 2nd of his World Championships. Now, this one to me is interesting as you saw Kevin Nash tell Jay Lethal to take a dive, but I don't believe Jay Lethal would do that for a minute. But one thing you've got to ask yourself in this, is Kurt Angle going to be looking too far ahead? He better not with the youth of Jay Lethal.
And the challenger is from Elizabeth, New Jersey, Black Machismo, Jay Lethal.
He's been there before. Black Machismo, Jay Lethal has been X Division Champion. But Don, he's never had to face anyone of the quality of the athlete of the Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle. And with Kurt Angle already having 1 loss tonight and no surrender, then realizing that, yes, the X Division Championship is on the line here, not exactly sure that I'd like to be in the boots of Black Machismo.
Well, you talk about the consummate underdog. I mean, let's face it. You throw in the experience, you throw in just the quality of the talent that Kurt Angle has. You look at Jay Lethal as, does he even have a chance? But one thing about Jay Lethal, he's just almost crazy enough. He's just almost kooky enough to where he's not intimidated mentally because you don't sense it. A lot of times you can see it in somebody's body language on whether or not they're intimidated. You can see it in their body language. But with Jay Lethal, you don't see fear. You just see a young kid having fun. And, you know, you mentioned that he was X Division champion once. Well, let's face it, he held that title for about 4 days. He wants to get that back and experience what it really is to be the X Division champion.
He wants to prove that it wasn't a fluke, but at the same time, remember that he lost that X Division championship belt without being pinned and without submitting.
Good point. I mean, he really hasn't been beaten as X Division champion one-on-one. But you got to look at what Kurt Angle's got to do right here. First off, he doesn't have the distractions of Sting and Karen Angle. They've been sent out of the building. What Kurt Angle needs to do to be as ready as he can be for the Monster Abyss is he needs to dispose of Jay Lethal quickly. He needs to pin Black Machismo right off the bat, not let this thing draw out, because let's face it, even if he beats him, if this thing draws out, all it's going to do is tire him out for later on tonight when he has to face Abyss.
Nice shoulder block that time by Machismo. Takes Angle down, but wow. Did you see that?
Man, that was
up in
scary
the
how
lights.
easy that looked.
Up in the lights with that high Beetle-like hip toss takeover that time by Kurt Angle. And
welcome to the big leagues, Jay.
Did you see the close-up look when we focused that camera in on Angle's face? It was almost as if that level of confidence just rose with that one move.
Well, he needs to take out the frustrations that he had earlier, that when Karen got him so pissed off and he went after Sting, and he needs to take him out on Jay Lethal, but you can just see that confidence. And I think when you saw Jay Lethal hit the mat like he did, for the first time, I think I saw a hint of fear in his face.
This is what we would expect from Kurt Angle against Jay Lethal. Angle trying to out-wrestle it. Side headlock, grabs it, and just takes Lethal down and shows him who's the boss.
Well, if it comes down to mat wrestling, Kurt Angle's going to destroy Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal, what he's got to do, you ask how he can win this matchup, he's got to use that speed.
Like that.
That's absolutely right. He's got to, zig when Kurt thinks he's zagging. He's got to be where Kurt's not looking for him. He's just got to be relentless and use that speed.
He's got to stay one step ahead of him, as we're seeing here. First, it was the cartwheel into the dropkick. Then off the top, double sledge, pin. Nope.
But you could just see a little bit in Kurt Angle's face. It's kind of like he realizes that, you know what, Black Machismo, he feels like he can win this thing. He's taking it serious. And Kurt Angle better himself.
The reversal. Lethal shot off into the corner. Machismo gets the boot up as Angle charges in, but then Angle doubles him over with a boot of his own. Up. Look out. Oh man.
Just manhandles him right there. Just manhandles him. How quick was that kick to the gut? Just that quick.
Rapid fire.
Rapid.
And then instead of power bombing him down to the canvas, he takes him and overpowers him by driving him back and head first into the corner turnbuckles.
Well, that also gives Black Machismo a realization of just how strong the Olympic gold medalist is. What a backbreaker. And then he just tried to get a quick pin. Jay Lethal gets the shoulder up now, but you wonder the longer this goes, Jay Lethal will be able to get that shoulder up the next time.
Lethal to his feet. That may not be a good move either. That European uppercut, that shot that's so deadly, followed by the well-placed boot, the kick to the back, and then the swat to the chest.
I mean, Jay Lethal's so easy to root for. I mean, you love the Black Machismo. You realize here's a guy who's having fun at work. Here's a guy who loves what he does, and it's so easy to get behind him. But when you see the two of them in the ring, you just realize that, let's face it, one's miles ahead right now.
Off the suplex, another Angle cover, and you saw that he got the 2 count, and then immediately went right back to the pin. That's showing the experience, that's showing the true veteran that Kurt Angle is. It's like when we broke it down for you in the X Factors. What we expected. Angle's experience or Lethal's X Division high-risk tactics. That's what he's going to have to rely on. Check out this body scissors from Angle.
Well, you got to like what Kurt Angle's doing. I mean, he's wearing Jay Lethal out.
Yep.
He knows he's got to do that. He doesn't want to be chasing him all over the ring because all that's going to do is tire him out. He's going to just wrestle him Olympic style, Mike, and just do whatever he can to just frustrate Jay Lethal.
Textbook offense by Angle. You know, we talked about this earlier, Don, and I think we should mention it again. I think Angle, probably in his mind, realizes that he needs to finish off Lethal as quickly as he can in anticipation of match number 3. The tilt-a-whirl backbreaker and 2 count again.
Another beautiful backbreaker right there, but you're right. I mean, there's no advantage for this match going long. There's no advantage for Kurt Angle at all. I mean, the longer it goes, the more frustrated he's going to get. And then when it comes time to take on Abyss later on in the night, he's going to be wore out.
Man, big mid-ring slam. Angle just winds him up and powers him down. And you know, just watching Angle in this match, I don't sense in the least that he's looking past Jay Lethal here in anticipation of the World's Heavyweight Championship match with Abyss yet to come tonight at No Surrender. I don't sense that.
No, he can't. I mean,
look at him.
No,
look at
he's
his
taking
eyes.
it serious.
Look at how intent he is.
I believe he came into this match thinking it was going to be quick and fast and easy, but there's no way he's looking back. I mean, like I said, he's looking at the whole big picture. It's not just a matter of beating Jay Lethal, it's a matter of how long it's going to take him to beat Jay Lethal.
Another one of those European uppercuts followed by a backdrop slam right in the back of his neck and head, and again a 2 count, and now we're starting to see that frustration set in here, as it's almost as if Angle can't believe it. What else do I have to do?
Look at him pull back on the neck, though, of Jay Lethal on that chin, just grinding it back, and you can hear Jay Lethal screaming in pain. As you got to admit, Kurt Angle's putting on a clinic, but you got to give this kid credit. He's just got so much resiliency.
We are live at No Surrender in Orlando, Florida. X Division Championship on the line. Black Machismo Jay Lethal challenging Kurt Angle in his 2nd title match of 3 tonight. Lethal, explosive off the ropes, But as he made contact with Angle, Angle did as well with Lethal, and both champion and challenger are down.
Well, you can just see, though, Kurt Angle realizes he's on his back. He's looking up. No matter how bad it hurt Black Machismo, he was able to inflict the pain on Kurt Angle. And let's face it, if this kid's going to have a shot to win, he's got to do more of that. He's got to keep Kurt Angle off balance.
With moves like that, avoid the contact of the clothesline. Come right back. Answer with 2 clotheslines of your own. But Angle shoots him off again.
Quickness.
Quickness stays ahead of him.
Wow!
And then snaps off the head scissors.
I mean, he just went right into it. He was looking for the moment. And now what a great kick to the back of the head. Oh, my gosh.
That one rocked him.
No way.
Count.
1,
2.
2. Whoa. Man, that was split second. I couldn't believe what I was seeing right here.
How about that weary, glazed-eyed look on the face of the champ, X-Division title holder Kurt Angle, after Black Machismo unleashed that boot?
Well, you can't take anything for granted, and that's the message that's being sent here. I mean, you can't look past Jay Lethal with your Kurt Angle. Here's a kid who wants to be... Oh, look at the strength.
Just tossed him away. The release suplex. Here's 2. No! You see that look? That's the look where Angle says, what else do I have to do to this guy to beat him, to put him away, and then worry about my World's Heavyweight Championship match with Abyss later tonight?
I know it's impossible to do. I know it is, but he's just got to take each match individually. He's just got to take it one-on-one and handle his business. And you can see oh, that strength as he slams him down, but look at the back of his head got hit, and Jay Lethal goes for it. Oh, man. That's twice, and he barely got the shoulder up in time.
That was almost the knockout blow right there, as you see how slow Angle was able to react right there, as referee Thomas came just this close to tolling 3.
Well, you know what else this shows is how much was taken out of him already in that first match. How much that having to deal with Sting in that situation, and then Sting coming in and choking him in the locker room. Oh, look how quick he is still. Wow.
See, that's where the experience pays off. Here's Angle, here's 1, here's 2, yo! Again a 2 count.
Okay, now we're looking at a situation where the longer this goes, you got to give a little confidence boost to Black Machismo, because he realizes he's going toe-to-toe with the Olympic gold medalist. And you know what? He's got that ankle lock in.
Yeah, but look how quickly Black Machismo rolls through.
He's got
small
one,
package, 2.
Oh, man. Oh,
wow.
Man.
Clothesline swing and a miss. Look at that German.
He put a little extra oomph in it too, didn't he?
Watch him maintain the contact. He's got that grip right around the waist of Lethal. Watch Lethal, the back of his head, make contact with the canvas. Suplex number 2, and Angle still got him in control.
Well, that's what he's going to do. He's going to just try to hit him with German suplex after German suplex and just finish him off. He realizes that this kid can't take it.
He's done.
That's it. That's it. Oh, my God, Jay Lethal! That's just pure instinct. There is no way that kid got the shoulder up after that. And look at Kurt Angle now. Come on, now he's mad. Now he's mad.
Those 3 suplexes that rocked Black Machismo, Jay Lethal, enables Angle to go for the Olympic Slam. Here it goes.
Oh, look at this. What a counter by Black Machismo.
Arm drag blocked it. Countered. There it is.
Lethal combination. Unreal.
Roll him over.
It's it. You got to be kidding. Go. He should have went for the pin right there.
That's the second time, Don, we had to point out the inexperience of this young kid who's 22 years of age. Off the top, there's that elbow perfectly planted. Here's 1. Here's 2.
We got we don't. No, we don't. I thought we had a new champion. And now you can see the look of disbelief on the face of Black Machismo.
Turnabout, fair play. Saw it earlier from Angle, and now we see that same look from Jay Lethal. X-Division Championship is on the line. The second of the 2 title defenses for Kurt Angle. And again, we've got to point this out. With every minute that passes, it's got to be advantage Abyss. Look at the quickness of the boot, just like earlier, and then immediately follows up with that elbow drill to the back of the head.
Oh, the monster Abyss has to be drooling. He has to be just savoring what's coming up. And now you can see Kurt Angle. He had it, almost lost it. But look at this. Oh, wait a minute. The kid just has no quit in him.
2 count.
Oh,
no, again. Oh, man.
I mean, what has he got to do? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, there's a another one. This time released. And again, the German suplex takes Lethal, takes Black Machismo high into the air, and then the impact of that move as he comes crashing down across his head and across his neck.
I mean, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Kurt Angle having a trouble getting to his feet now. Now he reaches in.
Straps down, and as soon as Black Machismo gets up, you know that Angle is going to unleash that fierce offense again.
Oh, he's going for it. He goes up. Oh, but look at this.
Olympic slam, roll through. Here comes the ankle lock. Here it comes. Lethal going to tap. No, roll through.
Two. What? 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 What?
Be freaking kidding me!
No freaking way! Jay Lethal did it! Mike, I gotta be honest. I know I was sitting there telling you every way that Jay Lethal could beat him, but I never once in my mind believed that he could beat Kurt Angle. I gotta be serious.
Oh my God!
That's the biggest upset in TNA history.
That's what we've all just witnessed tonight at No Surrender. The 5+ year history of TNA sees the biggest upset ever. Black Machismo Jay Lethal has defeated Kurt Angle to become X Division champ, as we see X Division stars Sanjay Dutt, Petey Williams, and Shark Boy out for the celebration. Guys, anyway, we can take a look at the highlights of this one. And here comes the challenger. Samoa Joe, you can see walking from the backstage area towards the ring. Frank Trigg, you've already gone on record as saying that he's locked himself down.
A little nervous, looks like. Obviously walking in, I'd be nervous too, thinking getting ready for my career to be on the end of it. Hopefully the champagne bottles are in the background, ready for him to celebrate his long career, but I really don't see him being well.
Boy, you call it nervousness? I think he's just totally focused on the task at hand.
He stands 6'2" and weighs in at 280 pounds. The Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe, started his path of destruction in TNA in 2005. He is a ground and pound specialist that has a mixed martial arts background with extensive training in Japan. Samoa Joe continues his quest for his first TNA World Championship as he meets his nemesis Kurt Angle tonight. If he wins, Joe will have his name etched in TNA history forever as one of the elite. If he loses, Joe will sacrifice everything, including his wrestling career.
What an amazing spectacle it is. The family of the challenger, the family of Samoa Joe, here to show his support. The tradition of the Samoan fire dance is gonna bring the challenger and #1 contender into the arena.
What a feeling it is right here in this building, and I think it's not just the anticipation of these two great warriors. It's a deep down feeling. Could this be the last time that we see the Samoan submission machine in a wrestling ring?
That's a lot of added pressure on a man to sit there and go, hey, I'm gonna lock myself down. If I lose, I'm going home. And I'm never gonna be seeing this arena ever again. That put a lot of pressure on Samoa Joe. Marcus Davis told me he did train hard for the 5 weeks they had together. He really tried to put it together. Hopefully it's enough against a great guy like Kurt Angle.
The roar absolutely deafening as he comes out. You see the embrace with the man who's trained him, the man from Ireland wearing the kilt, talking about Marcus Davis. It's time to introduce the TNA champ. And here he comes. Frank Trigg, you've gone on record. You made the prediction. You said Kurt Angle will not only retain that title, but he will take Samoa Joe's career and extinguish it tonight.
And I feel kind of bad for Kurt because Kurt really doesn't want to have to end a guy's career like that, but Joe's the one that said, he said, if I lose, I'm going home and I'm going to stay home. Kurt's just doing his job. He wants to keep that belt. This is something he's always strived after, making sure he keeps his belts and keeps his medals. It's another piece he's not going to let go.
I think that Kurt Angle would look at it as a major notch in his belt if he's able to end the career of Samoa Joe.
He stands 6'1" and weighs in at 235 pounds. Perhaps the greatest wrestler in the world today, Kurt Angle has taken TNA by storm since arriving in 2006. Kurt Angle became the first ever TNA World Heavyweight Champion at TNA Slammiversary in 2007. The only gold medalist in professional wrestling history, Angle is also a 12-time world champion and 3-time NCAA All-American. Kurt Angle has held the TNA World Heavyweight Championship for nearly a year, and this is his 5th meeting against Samoa Joe.
How big of a mental edge is it when you've had 4 head-to-head meetings and you've been victorious in 3 out of the 4?
It's always more difficult every time you face a guy. It's even harder when you face a guy twice and lost to him twice. Imagine having that advantage when you face a guy 4 times, beat him 3 out of the 4. That puts a huge mental edge on the side of Kurt Angle and makes Samoa Joe a little bit more nervous as Kurt steps into the ring right now.
Does it make him more nervous, or does it light the fire under Samoa Joe even more?
Well, like his brothers were doing with the fire dance earlier tonight, hopefully it is true. It does light him up a little bit more.
To me, I think the important part is going to be the beginning of this match, not letting emotions take over and take out your energy. You've got to realize you've got to pace yourself and wait for that opportunity.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment that we have been waiting for. The second half of our lockdown double main event. Challenger and champion inside the 6 sides of steel. At this time, we send it inside the cage and Jeremy Borash for the introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the TNA Heavyweight Championship of the World. When the bell rings, the man in charge, TNA senior official Mr. Rudy Charles, and here tonight to present the TNA Heavyweight Championship title belt to the winner, UFC fighter, the Irish hand grenade, Marcus Davis. And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from the Songus Arena in Lowell, Massachusetts, it's time for your TNA Lockdown main event of the evening. Introducing, first of all, standing in the corner to my right. He weighed in this morning at 280 pounds and comes to us from the Isle of Samoa. He is the #1 contender for the TNA Heavyweight Championship of the World, the Samoan Submission Machine, Samoa Joe. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing, standing in the corner to my left, he weighed in this morning at 235 pounds and comes to us from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He is professional wrestling's only Olympic gold medalist and the current reigning and defending TNA Heavyweight Champion of the World, Kurt Angle.
There you see the prize being held high up above the head of referee Rudy Charles, the TNA World Heavyweight Championship belt. But equally, if not more important, the fact that Samoa Joe is putting his career at stake in this match. If he doesn't defeat Angle, if he doesn't win the gold, as we see wife Karen looking on from ringside, then Samoa Joe promises that he will walk away from professional wrestling forever. Frank Trigg, the look on the face of Kurt Angle as he was preparing for this match. Showed me what's he doing here?
Kurt Angle, I'm trying to listen to this. He is pointing at his wife.
Get her out of here. Get her out of here.
Get her out of here.
He's saying, get her out of here.
Get her out of here. I want her
And you can see that we have security coming over to the guardrail.
Wow.
And he's asking his wife, Karen Angle, to leave the ringside area. Frank, is this a case where Kurt is so focused on Samoa Joe that he wants zero distractions?
Now, you have to understand, most people say this is mean because, Karen's here to support him, sit in the corner. But I have a deal with my wife, Nikki, that she's not allowed to see me from the moment we show up in the arena until the fight is over. With her being in the corner, right there by Kurt, on his side of the cage, it is a distraction for him. If he wants to leave, she needs to get up and get out. She has to get up and leave.
And you can see that she's not happy here, that security, they asked her to leave nicely. It's almost as if now they're trying to remove her from the ringside area, and they do, and you hear the opening bell, and here we go. It's finally here. It's Kurt Angle, and it's Samoa Joe in our lockdown main event.
You know what, though? I think that's good for both sides. Obviously, Kurt Angle doesn't want the distraction. He doesn't want to look at her and see anything and have anything in his mind. And after what Joe's gone through in the past with Karen Angle, I think it's good for him too, Mike. The two of them just be warriors and go at it, and it's on.
Angle charges in at Samoa Joe, who uses his weight to turn Angle around and gain the advantage. Referee Rudy Charles with the count, going to try and separate the two. Well, you can just sense that both men are tentative here in the opening minute.
Kurt's using a lot of hand speed, but he's using a lot of energy with his hand speed because he's trying to get inside of Samoa Joe's kicks. Oh, great kick. He's trying to get inside, though, of Samoa Joe's big right leg kick was coming towards his head, and to do that, he had to use a lot of hands early. I don't know if Kurt can keep up that kind of pace. He's not used to using his hands to box like that.
We saw the first strike from Kurt Angle, the kick to the leg of Samoa Joe, and there it is again. In the back of my mind, I've got to be thinking that Kurt Angle, with those leg kicks, he's trying to think down the line, down the road in this match, in anticipation of using the ankle lock submission.
Frank, I got to ask you, too, what kind of an advantage did you see Joe going for the kicks? And you can see Angle trying to lock it out, and then Joe, look at this.
Oh, wow.
Joe, get the ankle lock here, and no, Kurt got the ropes.
He's made a nice knee bar. He's in a good position. It's too bad the ropes came in the way, though.
I'm going to ask you, what kind of an advantage, if any, does it give Kurt not to have the shoes on right now, to have the ankles taped out there in the ring?
Well, because of the leg locks and knee bars and heel hooks that Samoa Joe likes to go after, it's going to be easier for Kurt to get out. It's a better defensive tactic to have his shoes on.
Angle, great move in. Started with the single leg, then took Joe down with both legs, and Angle right on top of him, getting in a couple of blows. But I think because he's so close to Samoa Joe at this point, he doesn't have that distance, he doesn't have the power behind the shots.
It's called stuffing your punches. Kurt was actually stuffing his own punches by being that close. He has to work on his ground and pound game a little bit by sitting up taller, where you have your head on his chest, you're going to stuff your punches, you're not going to get a good blow off.
One thing I'm impressed with is the training that Joe's gone through.
Whoa.
The training with Marcus Davis. I mean, think about the history of Marcus Davis, the things that he's done, the different styles that he's seen. The guy was even a sparring partner for Mickey Ward. He's seen all different styles. That's got to help Joe as this match goes on.
We have a trainer like Marcus Davis. He gets the game. He understands the ups and downs. He's had his downs in his MMA career. He's been kicked out of the biggest organizations and brought back in again. It's been tough for him. So he can put that on Samoa Joe saying, look, I've lost my fights. You've lost your fights. This is a big fight for you. You put a lot of pressure on yourself. If anybody can help Samoa Joe get through it, it's Marcus Davis.
Angle has been so impressive with those two early takedowns in the match. And again, look how quickly, he shoots in, but he left himself wide open. Joe caught him with the kick.
Wow, nice kick, great punch.
He just scouted it, he waited for it, he saw the opportunity, and look at him. Joe just going now. Kurt getting the arms wrapped around the head.
Smart job holding him in. Talking about a big weight difference, a big size difference between these two competitors. Kurt's doing a good job of maintaining, keeping him close. Like earlier when he was stuffing his own punches, now he's got a shot at keeping him on top of him and not getting hit.
That really is the key at that point, closing the distance between the two competitors. As Frank explained, when you're so close to your opponent, you don't have the ability to wind up and use that extra power behind your strikes.
Now you notice the pace has slowed way down. We're starting to get into it a little bit. Now they're starting. We're out of that feeling each other out there like you always see in boxing in the first round. Now they're actually really trying to work their technique and trying to find the opening.
Well, I'm impressed how neither one of them let themselves wear themselves out too early. Like you said, they felt each other out. Nobody made any stupid mistakes. Whoa! That's what a Joe! What a move as he flips him over.
Great hip toss. For as big as Samoa Joe is, you see him, it looks a little heavy, got a little fat going around his stomach. You wouldn't think he can move as quick as he can. Look at that hit moment with that throw. That was a huge shot from Samoa Joe to get Kurt to move like that.
It's that old story about don't judge that book by its cover. Don't do that when it comes to Samoa Joe. Frank, I'm not sure whether you noticed, but when Samoa Joe had, oh, look at Angle! What an explosive suplex!
Wow, great job by Kurt. Got his hips underneath, good body lock, picked him up, and threw Samoa Joe right out his back.
Right on the back of his head, and I saw Joe grab the back of it, and the pain in his face, and you wonder something like that can, a nerve can, look at Joe, look at the pain.
See how Kurt's arm is underneath Joe's chin. He's got a great choke on. If he can slide, if Kurt can slide this right side like he's doing now, he's able to finish this choke off and get a submission here.
Well, look at the face of Samoa Joe.
Oh, he got the boot on the ropes. Got the boot on the ropes. Good move, having good ring awareness.
Fortunate ring positioning for Samoa Joe at that point. If they're out in the middle of the six-sided ring, I'm not sure that Joe would be able to wear it off. And how about that strike? The knee right to the head on Samoa Joe, and then Angle's got him. Continuous shots in the corner.
This is the kind of pace we used to see Kurt Angle maintain. He can keep this kind of pace for 20, 30, 40 minutes if he has to. I don't know if Samoa Joe's in shape to be able to maintain it.
Frank Trigg, you've been training with both champion and challenger. You say when it comes to dedication, there's nobody like Kurt Angle.
No, you won't find anybody. He's the first one to show up for practice and the last one to leave. He's the guy that's always here early, even his pro wrestling career. He's here earlier than everybody else. He stays later than everybody else because of his dedication.
Joe's got to find a way to get the momentum headed his way.
Oh!
Definitely a belly release. Unbelievable, right overhead.
That's near 300 pounds that he took over. I'm going to say with relative ease, then goes right for the cover. But again, fortunate ring positioning for Samoa Joe, where he's able to reach out and get the rope break.
Very smart. It's one of the tactics also used in pancrase over in Japan. Is that the ring, you have a way to get out if you're able to use it, if you can get the side of the ropes. That's what Samoa Joe's doing right now. It's saving him. Smart move.
Oh, man, what an uppercut that time. And you saw that Joe just went down like a big tree.
I'll tell you, Kurt Angle right now is absolutely controlling this match just the way that he wants. And look at that.
Trying to step into his armbar.
There it is. He's trying, and the perfect defense by Joe.
Great job getting his hands locked in. He's trying to stuff it in. He's got to slide his elbow out. See, with right arm, as the arm is caught, he get his elbow slid out a little bit. He's out of the way.
But he gets to his feet. He gets to his feet. He almost got a pin. Almost stuck one in on Angle.
Joe seems to be using a lot better smart tactics. A lot better match tactics than Angle does. He's using the ring ropes to get out of the positions. When he's in caught in armbar, he's going right to a pinning position. Samoa Joe seems to be getting the advantage of the tactical space right now.
Might have something to do with the training of Marcus Davis.
You know, I was making fun of Marcus Davis earlier because he always walks around in a dress. But honestly,
wow.
I gotta give him his props. He walked around in a kilt. He's really shown Samoa Joe a lot of good position.
You see that move by Angle? He went for the knee of Samoa Joe and he dropped it. He took him down, again in my mind, in anticipation of working on that leg for possibly an ankle lock or a figure four leg lock like this. There's the figure four.
Wow.
He's got it locked in. And look at the positioning.
That's the key.
Joe's got to go somewhere. And he's barely got the shoulder on. Oh, man. He has got the wrong spot to get the ropes here, Mike. He is facing in the wrong direction.
Remember when Kurt Angle used the figure four leg lock against Yuji Nagata on Global Impact?
The only way
over
for
in
Joe
Japan, and he's using it again.
The only way for Joe to get out of this, he has to actually roll to his back, which puts him in a pinning position. The one way he has to go to get out, he has to put himself in more danger to go towards the ropes. He's actually increasing his pain.
He couldn't get over, though. He tried to roll over. It's just as it looked like he was going to. Kurt Angle rolled him right back.
This is one of those times. This is one of those times you're glad that you're the bigger guy because that extra 50 pounds will be able to get you to move around. This is where Joe needs to use his weight.
And Joe trying to take advantage of the weight edge that he has, trying to roll this thing over and try and get the edge, but Kurt Angle just cranks right back on it.
almost got pinned as his shoulder blades were to the mat. You can see referee Rudy Charles. He's counting. Joe is going to fight the pain. He's going to listen to the count. He's got so much on his mind, and he's too far from the ropes. I don't know if he can hold on.
The wrench on his ankle, the wrench on his knee. I mean, this is amazing. And for him, the only way, like I said, for him to go is go towards the ropes. He's going to make this thing a little bit tighter. Also, though, if you can notice how Kurt's leg is caught inside, Joe can put a little pressure on Kurt's knee if he slides his butt a little bit closer to Kurt.
How is this going to change the complexion of the match going forward?
Once you get out of this position, your legs are shot. He's got no way to move. He's having a hard time being able to keep on his feet. It's going to slow Samoa Joe down. So if he gets out of this, he's got a lot less mobility.
Exactly. In other words, if he doesn't tap out, if he doesn't submit from this, you're still going to see that wear down factor come into play as Joe finally uses that weight to turn him over.
He's done it. He's turned him over, and he's using his weight, and Kurt Angle grabs the rope to break it up. Wow, Samoa Joe. What resilience, guys. What resilience.
Oh, and Joe gets to his feet, but you can see that he's noticeably not moving as well as he was before. And what does Angle do? Immediately, right back to the offensive. Oh, what a strike to the leg. Right on the knee.
Those legs are numb, aren't they, Frank? And look at him go for the knee. Oh, my gosh, Joe's in pain.
If they're not numb, I'm praying that they are at this point. There's so much pain going on. The wrenching on the knee that's happened. Oh, great job. The wrenching on the knee, the wrenching on the ankle. He's in so much pain right now. Anything that Kurt does to us gets expounded.
Look how quickly, though, Angle was able to float right over on Joe. And now, after working on the lower half of his body, he's going to try and work on the upper half, working on the head of Joe.
Just like boxing, you attack the body to make the head a little bit weaker. Kurt Angle's doing the exact same thing right now.
Samoa Joe looking for any opening, looking for that window to open just a crack. But again, rings his bell, and what a
Oh my God!
Wow!
Decapitation! Clothesline by Samoa Joe! It was a desperation move, but you got to admit it paid off, because look at Angle, and Joe's still favoring the leg and knee.
He's trying to get some kind of feeling in there, trying to get some kind of a break, but this might be what he needs. He's got to get some air in his lungs, Frank.
He needs a little bit of a break to kind of get his legs back underneath him, let the pace aside a little bit, plus get some air back in his lungs. Like you said, he hit Kurt Angle so hard, he almost did a complete backflip. I don't know how much Kurt's going to recover.
Follow strikes, series of forearm shots, and then another clothesline decks Angle. Here comes Joe charging into the corner. How about that knee?
He just amazes you how agile he is for a big man. As the knee hits it, but the elbow by Kurt Angle stops it. What a kick! What a kick by Joe!
Could it be the muscle buster out of that corner? He's got him up, but Angle into a roll-up. And now Angle got the leg of Joe.
You can see Joe.
Great ankle lock.
He's got the ankle lock cinched in.
Wow. Just when it looked like Joe was going to take control, just when it looked like he's going to hit the muscle buster, you see that Kurt Angle's got the ankle of Samoa Joe.
Half like a billion, both of these guys amazing. Samoa Joe kicked Kurt Angle about 8 feet in the air in the face. As soon as he rolled over, Kurt got out of the position, rolled on top, and immediately went to the ankle lock. These guys still have so much energy left in them, and we're already into this match so deep, and they've done so much already. Damage to each guy.
What a slam!
Cover.
1, 2. Just in time. Unbelievable the strength there. Caught Kurt Angle in midair and just used that strength and just slammed him down.
Joe, I think that time on the receiving end of an eye rake from Angle, but Joe able to fight back first with the kick. Gonna take him up. Power bombs him. Pin.
1, 2. No.
Getting a little nervous here.
Look at this. Joe's got the legs hooked. Boston Crab. Now, look at him put the knee right in the lower part of his back. He's got the Boston Crab submission.
Can he get it? Look at this. He's gonna tap out. He's gotta tap out.
Look at Angle's hand.
No.
Look at Angle's hand. Is he gonna tap?
Pushing himself.
He's in so much pain in this position.
But that's the perfect counter if you think about it.
He pulls it
Oh
back.
my! And now look at this! He's got the crossface applied!
This is wrenching on the knee, wrenching on the hip. He pulls that head back a little bit. He's been wrenching the back at the same time. It's a 3-spot. He's a trifecta submission. This is a great spot for Samoa Joe. He uses very limited energy as he can actually rest while Kurt is spending all the energy trying to maintain it.
Boy, that's a great point, Frank Trigg, as Samoa Joe continues to work on the head with the crossface. At the same time, he's got the leg grapevine, and Angle doing everything within his power to try and get to the ropes. And at the same time, Joe doing everything to try and prevent him to get that rope break. Oh, look how close Angle is. But look at the way Joe has his eyes covered.
Is he gonna tap? Is he gonna tap? Is he gonna tap? Oh man, look at that. Look, he's grabbing the ankle. He's grabbing the ankle of Joe. He's worked his way to it. And now Kurt Angle has the advantage.
What a reversal. Almost being submitted, almost tapping out, finding his way into another submission position for himself. Both guys back and forth. This is really getting close. I am so much more impressed with Samoa Joe than before. I have to take back half the words I said. I think he came into this match underprepared. I lied to myself. He really is prepared. Marcus Davis got him ready for
He
this.
turns it around. He just countered it on Angle.
Joe with all the force and all the power that he can muster, working on the head of Kurt Angle, because you know that Samoa Joe in the back of his mind has to be thinking that his entire wrestling life, his livelihood, his career is at stake in this match.
Pulling back with everything that he's got. Kurt trying to slide out from under him. And look at him pull back on the head. Pull back on the neck. Oh, the pain that Kurt Angle's got to be in.
At the same time, he's got Angle's, well, momentarily he had Angle's arm hook, but you saw that Kurt was able to use that mat skills, the grappling ability to try and snake his way out of there and get the break. Oh, he turned right at him, but Joe's got the arm hooked in again. I think he's got him. Is that another crossface? I can't see it from this shot.
It does. It looks like it is another crossface. He's got to pull back in again. This, you get in it, all of a sudden you get out of it, you think, hey, I'm safe, and you're back into it again. This is not good for Kurt's back and neck.
Oh, look at Kurt. He's got him off. Olympic slam. Oh,
Here it is. Pin.
1, 2. Yeah, he pulled out of it. Unbelievable.
How are they having this match sense? How are they keeping this together? Every position change, every spot change.
Angle again. Sights set on the ankle of Samoa Joe, and he's got the submission hold applied. And look at the ring positioning. Could it be better for Kurt Angle?
Nice in the center, right in the middle. No ring rope grabbing at this point. Samoa Joe's going to find another way out of it.
Free leg, the free leg of Joe, but it just momentarily stopped Kurt, who maintains his grip.
And not only does he exert the effort, it looks like Kurt Angle's got even better positioning. Oh, he's on his feet. He's pulling back on that ankle. Joe's going to tap.
Look at this, his hands up. This is your career. This is your livelihood at stake, Joe. Oh, but look how far he's away from the rope. It's like he's in no man's land.
Again, every time he turns around, oh, look at him. He turned it back in his way.
Rear naked choke.
Great position. He's got it right to the chin. He's got it in tight. He's just sinking it a little bit deeper with his right hand. Got his legs crossed over his body. Kurt's stuck.
Look at Kurt using the referee. The referee trying to pull, but it's bringing Kurt closer to the rope.
And that's exactly what's happening. The referee's trying to break the grip of Angle, but all it did was it moved Angle closer to the rope to get the break.
The referee let it go because he knew it was desperation. I can't believe it.
How great was that?
How great was
Using
that?
the ref to using the ref
Olympic
to help
gold
you out.
medalist? You're talking about Olympic gold medalist using a move like that.
Oh, Joe was mad, and he lost his focus. Wait a minute.
He went for the slam again, but Joe turns around and drives him headfirst into the steel.
Oh, what a kick! What a kick! Going back after him.
Oh, could it be muscle buster time again? Here we go. He's got him in.
He's got him. He's got him. Can he hit it?
Oh!
Here we go. 1, 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, and new TNA Heavyweight Champion of the World, the Samoan Submission Machine, Samoa Joe!
What an effort! What an effort!
Wow. I could not believe he pulled that up. I thought Kurt was going to get out of the muscle buster again, at least one more time. Great job. I really did not give Samoa Joe a chance in this. You guys heard me earlier. I didn't think Samoa Joe really had any shot at beating Kurt Angle. More than he proved me wrong. He deserves this belt. He almost was submitted 4 or 5 different times. He was outclassed in takedowns. He stayed with his tactics. He stayed with his game plan, and he pulled it together.
And the belt presentation. Belt presentation made by Joe's trainer, UFC fighter Marcus Davis. What a proud moment for the Samoan submission machine to hit that muscle buster and gain the 3 count, and not only become TNA champion, but to keep his professional wrestling career alive. And there you see the post-match embrace with Marcus Davis. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look. Let's take a video review, a recap of this great main event.
What a kick right there by Samoa Joe. This is when he started making the comeback. But Kurt Angle with the belly to belly and then taking the leg out. I mean, then Kurt had the leg wrapped in and it looked like Joe was going to tap. But Joe somehow turned that around and then the decapitation clothesline. Whoa, then the shot to the chin, the kick, and then that power slam. And everybody realized it might be a magical night. But the Olympic slam took Joe there, and it was all Kurt Angle right here.
Here we go, Samoa Joe obviously in so much pain. Here it comes, the big kick to the head. I can't believe he's still enough energy in his legs to get it up. Then he immediately knows, I know exactly when I'm gonna finish this fight. Here it comes, I'm gonna end it on the biggest note possible. Samoa Joe, your heavyweight champion of the world.
What a moment for Samoa Joe. He put it all on the line, Mike. Every bit of it on the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have been a part of history. Sunday, April the 13th, 2008 will always be remembered as the night that Samoa Joe became TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your TNA Impact main event of the evening. It is scheduled for 1 fall with a 60-minute time limit, and it's for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first the challenger from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He is professional wrestling's only Olympic gold medalist. He is Kurt Angle.
For the past 3.5 months, Kurt Angle has dedicated himself to just one thing: regaining the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Angle able to fight through the Desmond Wolf roadblock, and it pays off tonight. Hogan and Bischoff named him the challenger in our world title main event.
His opponent from Gainesville, Georgia, he is the TNA Heavyweight Champion of the World, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Now, I'll tell you something right now, straight up, from a pure wrestling perspective, you will not find a wrestling contest to the level about what you're about to witness with AJ Styles and Kurt Angle. Nowhere on TV right now, live as we speak. Trust me on that, my friends. Trust me on that.
Years of doubt in the mind of the phenomenal AJ Styles finally put to rest when he won the TNA World Heavyweight Championship back in September at No Surrender. Kurt Angle, from that very moment, he's been trying to get a return match with AJ Styles. And because of Hulk Hogan, because of Eric Bischoff, ladies and gentlemen, we do not have to wait until Genesis. Pay-per-view quality main event live tonight right here on free TV on Spike. And here we go as they lock it up.
As I said earlier, no preparation time for either of these men for each other. What a beautiful gut wrench into a back throw, but AJ hangs on. Listen to our audience.
And that's the key, hanging onto the grip on that side headlock. Quickly reversed and countered by Angle. Off the hammerlock, and then it's Angle taking control with the headlock.
Yeah, and AJ again with that tremendous vertical leap, that tremendous leapfrog. Kurt puts the brakes on it. excellent drop kick by AJ Styles. You see the extension in the middle of the body of AJ. Watch out!
AJ gonna fly. Oh, Angle able to adapt, but AJ stays a step ahead of him, catches him with a forearm. Here he comes!
Go!
Sensational flip dive by the TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
I told you. I told you.
I hate to say I told you so, but Taz told you so.
And this thing just started.
AJ gonna try and finish Angle off. Gonna go full court press right here. Rolls him into the ring. Follows up in the front. What the hell is this?
Wait a minute.
This is that masked man again. Oh, and he just caught AJ from behind.
For months we've seen this guy attack AJ. Another Kurt. Kurt moves.
Kurt Angle running clothesline takes him over. Think about that move by Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
He just saved AJ Styles.
Well, I don't know.
Because Kurt wants to win the title, he doesn't want to risk a disqualification.
Well, absolutely. There's a lot of respect amongst these two men in the spirit of competition. And I think Kurt, if he's going to win here, he wants to win straight up.
Oh, and I love that.
Oh, yeah, me too.
AJ, speaking of putting on the brakes, does so. Shoots Angle off. Corner clothesline. Snapmares him out. Here comes the champ. Oh, got caught with the kick. Totally unaware. Angle takes him up. Running power bomb directly into the corner. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. Come back with us live on Spike TV for more of AJ Styles, Kurt Angle for the world title. Oof. Angle avoids the contact. Gonna try and take him up, elevates him overhead, drops him directly down. Now goes for the pin. Lateral press with the four-leg hook, but not enough.
Well, Kurt was going for that angle slam earlier and drilled the TNA World Heavyweight Champion AJ Styles with it, but to no avail.
You talked about the lack of preparation time for both champion and challenger when Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan worked together to put this match for you, ladies and gentlemen, on our live TV special. But to be honest, that lack of preparation hasn't affected either the champion or the challenger.
Oh, these are world-class athletes we're witnessing here, Mike. Both these men are champions. Title or not for Kurt Angle. Good God, he's an Olympic gold medalist. Here comes AJ. Oh.
The balance, the agility, the ability with the springboard into the flying forearm.
Did you see the height that AJ got on that springboard and delivered that beautiful forearm shiver? AJ Styles, the best pure wrestling champion in the world today, in my opinion.
And in the opinion of many, as Kurt Angle quickly cuts Styles off, and that high-risk move backfires on AJ.
Got him.
Here it is.
New champ. Again, we're seeing the lion-hearted AJ Styles, our champion. How tough he is to deal with that huge throw by Kurt and still had the wherewithal to kick out.
What does Angle have in store? We saw AJ go high risk and it cost him. Now Kurt perched up on top. Goes frog splash, but AJ rolls out of the way.
Well, that's not usually Kurt's forte, to go to the top rope. We've seen him do it in the past in his career. Sometimes he hits it, sometimes he don't. He didn't there. Oh, no.
Styles watch out. Caught it.
AJ might have did it here.
Right into the pin. Right into the...
1 second away. 1 second away.
Maybe a tenth of a second. Wow, that was close.
How frustrating must that be when you know you just about retained your title against the one and only Kurt Angle, but Kurt kicks out.
AJ back to the offense. Still determined, even though he missed that pin attempt off the Styles Clash, because Angle was able to power out. Gonna put the challenger up on top, and the champ follows. Gonna meet Angle up on top. Goes for the forearm.
I think AJ might have lost his bounce a little bit. Smart enough to give Angle a shot. Reposition Kurt's feet. Look at this, maybe a superplex.
See if he's got the power as Angle tries to fight it off. Series rapid-fire shots to the ribcage. Overhand to the top of the head. Now it's Kurt with the frog splash.
Wow.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here's two.
Got him. No. God, I thought that was it. Kurt couldn't hit the frog splash earlier and just nailed AJ Styles with it there. But again, AJ's able to kick out. How many near falls have we had in this match?
Angle measures, waits. The second that AJ gets to his feet, takes him overhead, but then Styles has an answer, drops Angle on his head with the DDT.
That might do it, Mike.
Here's two.
You see, Kurt had that. He had a shot there of Kurt's eyes. He had a gaze looked over his eyes. I thought maybe Kurt was knocked out, but he was able to just lift his left shoulder to avoid the pin.
Styles and Angle, and Kurt overpowers him, takes him over, and then AJ rolls through into a pin attempt, but Kurt immediately goes for the ankle.
Well, Kurt rolled on AJ's ankle, now has the ankle lock. This might be it. Will AJ tap?
Will we have a new TNA World Heavyweight Champion in Kurt Angle? Submission holds applied. AJ with momentum rolls through, but Kurt stops it.
I think Kurt was going to try and go for a leg bar. AJ was able to kick off of it. Oh, watch out, watch out! Oh my God,
Styles missed the clothesline, but Kurt was right there, hooked him up, suplexed him overhead. Here it is, here's a pin, here's two.
I'll tell you, I don't know how much of AJ's head, back of his skull, and face hit the mat on that explosive release German suplex. Have I pointed out you won't find wrestling like this anywhere else right now on TV?
Anywhere.
Okay, just want to make sure I pointed that out.
What an incredible, what a historic night. This has been on Spike TV, and the 3-hour live special continues. Styles shot off into the corner, able to get the elbow up when Kurt came right at him. Spring back.
Oh my God.
Inverted DDT.
That's gotta be it. He's
Jump on top.
Good God.
Talk about ring awareness. How about Angle reaching back and not only getting the shoulder up, but at the same time stopping the count of the referee.
Did you see how flawless, how smooth AJ was? That moonsault landing on his feet, inverted DDT. AJ Styles, his moniker is phenomenal. He lives up to that every time this guy wrestles. And now here comes, Kurt was able to cut AJ off right there, whatever AJ had in mind. AJ, unlike Kurt, is at home on the ropes. Well, right now, Kurt Angle, he might wear out AJ here. AJ don't look too good up there. Now Kurt's going for the superplex. Look at these shots to the ribs. This is a dangerous situation, Mike. Grave situation. Massive Angle slam. Here goes Kurt, the champ. Oh! God almighty, how close was that?
What an incredible TNA World Heavyweight Championship matchup we are witnessing on this historic night. We're live from Orlando, Florida, as Kurt Angle and AJ Styles battle for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship.
There it is.
Angle goes back to what he knows best. Submission hold applied. He's got good ring positioning here. AJ fighting to get to the ropes.
Kurt trying to, the momentum. AJ's momentum shift pulled Kurt into the turnbuckle head first, followed up by a beautiful enziguri to the side of Kurt's head. Maybe going for the Styles Clash again.
It's what it is. Caught him good. Rolls him over. Angle shoulders down.
Think he's got him. Oh. Man. What a match we are witnessing here live. This 3-hour spectacular. The debut of Hulk Hogan in TNA. A historic night. What an historic match. Another Styles Clash.
This time, Kurt able to fight it off and end up with the ankle lock again.
Kurt is hell-bent. Oh, there's the leg bar. Great finding the leg while he has the ankle bar.
That just takes that ankle lock submission hold to another level, doesn't it?
Damn right, you damn right. We're going to crown a new champion here. We're going to crown a new champion. Oh, wait. The Nature Boy.
Ric Flair is coming out to watch this incredible world title match. The Nature Boy here in the Impact Zone Live.
Well, earlier we saw the shocking arrival of Flair, and he ended up walking in AJ's locker room. Overzealous was Kurt. AJ moves. Boom! Nice back throw by the champion.
I'm told, ladies and gentlemen, thanks to Hogan, Bischoff, and Spike TV, that we're going to stay with this world title match until its conclusion.
the winner.
And as Ric Flair looks on, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure that you feel like I do. Privileged to be a part of the biggest night in TNA history. Our main event for the TNA World Heavyweight title continues. AJ Styles, Kurt Angle.
We had during the break, AJ tried to get Kurt's ankle lock on him, but it didn't work out that way. Now Kurt, oh, there goes the ankle lock again. Can Kurt get the win here and leave here TNA champ?
Free leg of the champion, able to kick off. With an angle right back on him. AJ able to roll through. Could he hit the clash again?
Oh my God!
Straight down. Styles clash by the champ. Rolls him over. Does he have enough strength left?
The physical brutality both these men are going through. Who's gonna leave here the TNA World Heavyweight Champion? Who?
Able to roll the body of Kurt Angle over.
Oh wait.
The prone body with Angle down.
Uh-oh.
AJ out. AJ from the apron.
Kurt's in trouble. Kurt's in trouble.
Slingshot up. Springboard. Right into the splash.
That's it.
Here it is.
Done.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, and still TNA Heavyweight Champion of the World, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
What an amazing match. A monumental victory for AJ Styles. There's our president,
TNA President Dixie Carter,
yeah,
with a standing ovation.
What a match. Good God, it was awesome. Let's take a look at some of the action that unfolded in this TNA World Heavyweight Championship matchup. This match came out of nowhere for both these men. It was supposed to be at Genesis, Mike. And then Eric Bischoff laid it down to AJ Styles. That's going to happen tonight. The masked man attacked. Kurt helps out his own cause and gets this guy out.
The masked man taken out of play. So it boiled down to determine who is the better man. Who's the best wrestler between Kurt Angle and AJ Styles? And this matchup, this world title match, just simply incredible.
I think when people talk about this matchup tomorrow morning, it's not going to be about who won the matchup. It's going to be about how awesome of a contest this truly was. And it really puts who we are as a company, as a pure wrestling company, on the map. Two of the greatest ever in the world in Kurt Angle and AJ Styles. Look at that. God almighty.
And AJ Styles retains the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff, thank you. Thank you for bringing us this incredible world title match tonight here on Impact.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have the key. My precious. From Green Bay, Wisconsin. Mr. Anderson.
I think Anderson should get a key for that microphone to his room.
That covers it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, we have issues, grudges, differences in TNA. But Taz, to me, doesn't get any more personal than this situation that has been brewing for months, between Mr. Anderson and Kurt Angle.
Oh yeah, definitely a pressure cooker to say the least. I think Kurt Angle wants nothing more than to get Anderson in this cage, trapped. But the key is, and I use that, there's a pun there, the key is to use that key to get out of this cage, and Anderson has the key obviously around his neck. He kissed that too.
His opponent is from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He is professional wrestling's only Olympic gold medalist. He is
And I think you'll agree with me when Mr. Anderson spit in the face of Angle. It wasn't only Kurt that he was spitting in the face of, but he was sending a message, as he did with the Warrior Medal, to all of our U.S. military troops, and it was a message of total disrespect.
Well, I had the opportunity to have a conversation earlier today with Kurt Angle, and I'm telling you right now, he is prepared for this match. He is all business. He's definitely in the zone. It was a quick conversation, but I could tell through those ice-cold eyes of Kurt Angle that he's not playing games tonight. Well, it's locked up right there. Yeah, it looks like I guess Anderson's gonna, I believe he has the key around his neck. You know, he's gonna wrestle this match with the key on his neck, I guess.
That looks to be the plan for Mr. Anderson. And yes, he has the key to escape the cage after defeating Kurt in the ladder match on Impact. And that is the stipulation for this particular match at Lockdown. Victorious when you walk out the cage door to win it.
Yeah, real simple deal here. And Kurt Angle, oh, wow, just got his leg chopped out from underneath him. And look, not already, right? Look at Anderson.
Why not? There's the opening, but does he have Angle beat down sufficiently?
No, he doesn't.
There's
No.
our answer, as Kurt is right back up to his feet. And not only prevents Anderson from opening the padlock and escaping the cage, but it put Angle in control for, well, a small amount of time. And look at this.
Yeah, well, that chain, it's not a huge chain, but that chain wrapped around. Wow, the fist of Mr. Anderson.
Very similar to what we saw with the Warrior Medal that he's used on Kurt in the past as a weapon. Uses the chain, the key, the head, and going back for the padlock. Oh! When you turn your back and go for the padlock, you leave yourself wide open for a move like that.
Listen, man, you don't turn your back if you can. Help it, I should say, and a 13-time world champion and a world-class athlete to the level of an Olympic gold medalist like Kurt Angle. I want to keep an eye on him while you're trying to open up that lock there.
It's almost as if Angle and Anderson have two totally divergent ideas when it comes to this. That's did you see that?
Yeah.
That's the key is in the padlock, correct?
Well, yes, it is. And now there's the opportunity is there. If Kurt, whatever he wants.
I think Kurt, does he realize that? I see him looking over at the padlock. I'm not certain he does.
Mike, unless he has a vision problem, I think he realizes he's looking right at it. Drinking before the show? No.
Oh! Snap suplex by Angle. Talking about the differences between the two. The idea for Anderson, simply to escape the cage and win. As far as Kurt goes, he loves having the cage match against Anderson so that it confines him. It prevents Anderson from running. Smart move by Anderson, using the side of the cage as a weapon, elevating Kurt up, and he went shoulder first right into the steel.
Yeah, when you have neck issues to the level of Kurt Angle, surgically repaired neck, that being driven shoulder first. Oh, now Kurt, wow, oh my God, that's a little graphic right there.
It's the violence you can expect at Lockdown when you put every match in the steel cage. This is bound to happen at some point, and Anderson senses that this is a weakness in Angle, and he drives repeated shots to the head.
Yeah, and I don't think Anderson, there's no sign in him slowing down and This is where, you know, if you're Mr. Anderson, he's gonna bask in his glory. He's gonna eat this up. Definitely has no ego. He's got a huge ego, I should say.
Close-up camera shot showing not only the blood streaming out of the head of Kurt Angle, but also the bad-mouthing that Anderson was doing. And God, did you hear that?
Oh my God.
Oh.
That's just, oh man, you can't get much more graphic and violent than that.
Microphone on the ringside camera, picking up the sound as the head of Kurt Angle was being driven into the side of the steel cage.
Kurt's almost defenseless. Yeah, he is defenseless, I should say, and definitely Kurt's health is in jeopardy. And Anderson, well, Kurt tried to, counter.
But Anderson had an answer for that. Didn't go face first into the boot and instead drops the elbow across the chest.
Kurt's skull is just wide open. Kurt's in a grave situation here.
Anderson snaps off the leg drop. Heads over to the cage door.
And now he wants to get up. Oh, wait. Kurt able to get up and stop him?
Cost himself again as Angle miraculously was back up to his feet. And while Anderson's attention was turned to the door, see if Kurt could turn it around. Did so momentarily, but then pays the price.
God. Good Lord. Kurt Angle's blood is all over Anderson's body on the canvas of the ring. Look at that. Good man. Jeez. It's a barbaric situation here. And Anderson, he's not done.
Waiting for Angle to get to his feet. Pounces on him immediately. Looks like a pile driver attempt that's instead countered and reversed into a back body drop.
I mean, Anderson's trying to dish out more punishment. He should have just got out of here. And it looks like Kurt's going to get out of the cage.
Oof. Angle with full speed and momentum of coming off the ropes. Drives the elbow into the back of Kurt. And I'm not sure, it sounded like Kurt, again, continued forward and went into the side of the cage again as you see the key in the padlock.
Yeah, the chain popped off, obviously, of the key. The key is still in that lock.
It looked like Mr. Anderson's head was busted open as well, I think.
That could be.
Wow, maybe the top of his head. You can see the blood dripping down from the top of Anderson's head.
Angle's in Anderson's sights.
And he's not satisfied.
He's taking a long time here.
He's not satisfied with the middle rope.
He better be careful. See, that's what I'm saying.
Goes to the top. Let's see if it costs him.
Oh, yeah, it cost him, all right. Big time belly-to-belly suplex off the top rope. Kurt Angle. Can he capitalize?
Remember, not about pin or submission. It's about walking out the cage door to win it. And when you think about taking away the pin or submission element in this match, does it help Mr. Anderson? Because Kurt is not able to win by using the ankle lock.
Yeah, I definitely think it helps Mr. Anderson, but Mr. Anderson's so damn cocky. He had Kurt beaten up, bloodied, and battered. He could have got out of this cage and win this thing, but he wanted to, beat up on Kurt more.
Anderson's got something in mind. The tape from around his wrist. He's unraveling it. Able to bite it off, and now got that tape that's wrapped right around the throat, and he's just choking the life out of Kurt Angle.
It's all legal right here. I mean, just like most of our matches tonight in this career-shortening steel cage, and the whole theme of this pay-per-view is violence, and that mouthpiece was just spit out by Kurt Angle because he couldn't breathe. Got the legs now grapevined around the body of Angle.
So he's not only cutting off the air around the
throat. Oh my God, look how tight it is. Look how tight it is.
He's also cutting off the air with the legs wrapped around the waist. The scissors hold.
Kurt's got to try and get a finger or something between that tape to stop him from getting choked out. And that tape that wrestlers wear on their wrists is extremely strong. It holds joints together, and he's choking him out.
Look at Kurt's face here. Look at the reaction. There's no reactions from Kurt.
Referee might want to think about stopping this match. And look at Angle. He's fighting through it. Damn guy's
able to break that vice grip of the leg scissors. Gets up to a knee, and he's feeding off the crowd here in St. Louis.
There's no quit in Angle, let's face it. The man is loaded with intestinal fortitude. His training is, look at that duck under into that back suplex. A quick underarm spin that was into that back suplex. Still using the basics of wrestling, his amateur style, but Kurt is in a bad way here.
It was a bad landing for Mr. Anderson off the suplex. But at the same time, how long is it going to take Kurt to regroup here and try and get his wind and try and get his air back?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, Kurt is just in tremendous condition from a cardiovascular standpoint, but the man was choked out in a bad way, and both men are trying to get to a vertical base.
Great crowd here in St. Louis at lockdown, watching this incredibly physical and violent match between Mr. Anderson and Kurt Angle. Now, with both men on their knees, they're battling in the middle of the ring. The exchange, and now both men up to the vertical base. Crowd reacting with each strike, and Kurt had the momentum coming off the ropes behind that right.
You see Kurt's face, his eyes, he about decapitated Anderson with that first clothesline was sickening.
Then the running clothesline. Angle follows by shooting him off and then elevating him up and over with the back body. Oh, is Anderson able to get the leg and the boots up as Kurt charged in? But Kurt answers with the released belly-to-belly overhead.
Kind of looked like Anderson got trapped there, got shot out of a cannon, and I look at Kurt Angle's face, his eyes. Angle slam, oh, nice counter.
Float over by Anderson, avoids the Angle slam, and then he rolls through with the momentum in the headbutt. Went for the pin, it was just that natural reaction.
Instinct, yeah, it's just instinctually, you go for a pin cover after you hit one of your big moves. Then Anderson, he didn't, wait.
Mic check time, well scouted by Angle. Series of elbows stops the attempt.
Whoa!
No stopping that suplex, caught him with one German. Grip's still there for the Olympic gold medalist.
And we've talked about that tight grip, the amazing finger and hand and wrist strength that Kurt Angle has from all those years as an amateur wrestler. And watch how Kurt pops his hips and lowers his level on that third back suplex, that German suplex.
Kurt still there with the grip after three, not satisfied with the hat trick.
Look at that, beautiful picture, perfect throw right there.
And as you can see, with the impact of each suplex, the life is being taken out of Mr. Anderson.
And what Kurt's doing, Kurt's getting his conditioning back. He's getting his breath back with that sick grip as he's got that reverse gut wrench on. Anderson, he's actually regrouping, Mike. I'm telling you, I've been in the ring with the man. I know it.
Just Kurt being able to reel off this series of German suplexes after having the life choked out of him minutes ago by Mr. Anderson is simply amazing. And we're at 5 and he's still got the grip, Taz.
Well, we might go to 20 innings on these suplexes. I'll tell you what, Anderson, we're laughing, but he's not. See, Anderson's trying to break the grip, but to no avail. You're going again, buddy.
The six-pack is the exclamation point. Has Anderson been weakened sufficiently?
I think so.
For Kurt to open the cage door.
Kurt's out. Kurt's gonna win this thing. He can leave anytime he wants.
Kurt looks at the padlock, looks at the key, looks at the cage door.
What is he doing? He could have left.
But instead, he pulls down the straps. And there's the ankle lock. You can't win the match this way, but, well, maybe you can, Taz. Because if you wear down Anderson sufficiently with the ankle lock, he's not going to be able to stop Kurt from going out the door. Oh, free leg by Anderson.
Well, that was good because there were signs that, that Kurt was going to try to.
Oh! God, he hit with the mic check out of nowhere.
Out of desperation, but it worked. Good timing right there for Mr. Anderson. Excellent counter.
An amazing recovery by Anderson.
He's not up yet, but he's about to leave, it looks like.
The padlock has been opened.
Look at Kurt, though.
He opens the door, but Kurt's right behind him.
Explosive angle slam. Door's wide open. What the? What's Kurt doing here? He could have just left and won this thing.
Judging by the reactions of Kurt Angle, he's not satisfied with the beatdown on Mr. Anderson to this point in the match. And now,
well, it looks like Kurt Angle is trapping Anderson in this ring.
Kurt's got the key. Look at that! Kurt throws the key into the crowd here in St. Louis. Now there's no escape.
Oh, man. Anderson's trapped here like an animal.
The look on the face of Anderson tells the entire story.
Well, to steal a line from a very good friend of mine, it's a good thing that Anderson's wearing black tights.
What a visual that is. The shot over the shoulder of Anderson as we see the close-up look at the face of Kurt Angle.
Anderson's just trying to get out of here. And I don't blame him. Oof. Look at Anderson. Hey. I don't think he was trying to get into a fight with Kurt. I think he was just trying to slow Kurt down so he could climb out.
Anderson looking to escape. You can't win the match that way, but he just wants to avoid more of a beating from Kurt. But shot after shot to the head of Angle.
And that open wound that Kurt has. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Look out.
You're going to kill Kurt. Don't do it.
Look out, Kurt. Anderson with the elbows right into the face, but Angle won't give up the grip.
Well, oh, no. He knocked the snot out of him. Look at his face.
Couldn't describe it better. Gotta see this one again, guys. Please, in the truck, cue up the replay. Here it is.
But that's off the top of the middle rope. A German suplex. Let me tell you, I've done a few suplexes in my day. I've never done nothing like that or thought of anything like that. That was sick. Kurt, I think you did the damage, man. Get out of the cage and win the match.
This is awesome. This is awesome. This is awesome. This is awesome. This is awesome.
Got some barbaric fans here in St. Louis. This is awesome, though.
I think they've just about had it with Mr. Anderson, too. And all of the disrespect that he's had to Kurt and our military troops.
Now what? Well, Kurt Angle has a moonsault in his arsenal. I don't think he really needs to do it, but I think he's got...
Kurt.
Oh, no, Kurt.
Kurt, come on, Kurt.
Oh, my God. Okay. I never seen nothing like that in my life. That's all I'm gonna tell you. That's the most amazing moonsault.
Look at this.
Watch
this, Taz. Good God.
I'll tell you now, this is not an overstatement.
Oh my God, what a shot that is.
That is just, that's insane, man.
Spectacular shot, guys in the truck.
That was insane.
Kurt Angle, one of the most insane moves in the history of TNA. Hell, in the history of professional wrestling.
Kurt's got, I guess there was another key. Kurt's gonna walk out anytime he wants. That was insane.
Escape the cage door. Anderson with the double bird for Kurt Angle.
Oh no. Oh my God, what is Anderson out of his mind? Oh!
Did he catch him? Oh, look out! What's the ball? God! Kurt had the chance to go out the door. I mean, you can understand with Anderson's reactions.
Well, listen,
Kurt would want to go back, but
let's look. Hey, look, bottom line, in my opinion, Anderson, he played a mental game here, and if he's able to walk out of this cage, he won that mental game.
You're right, Taz. Anderson crawling. His body right at the cage door.
Kurt's trying to get over there. Kurt's trying to get him. Kurt's going to get his ankle.
Does he have him?
He's got the ankle, Mike. Oh, God.
Ankle lock applied. And now he's going to drag him back out to the middle.
Hey, if Kurt gets those legs in, Kurt will snap Anderson's ankle off. I'm telling you. It don't matter. Look at the ref saying you can tap all night, bro.
And tap, and tap, and tap. Slick Johnson reminds Anderson, you win by going out the door. How about the momentum of Anderson rolling through? And Kurt goes into the cage.
Both these men, whenever this thing is over, will never be the same. I'm telling you. Mr. Anderson can't even stand up, Mike. He's trying to just slither out, slime out of here.
Like a snake. And boy, is that appropriate. Anderson under the bottom rope.
Look at Kurt.
Get him, Kurt.
What the hell is that?
What's Kurt? Kurt's got something wrapped around his neck.
It might be the chain, maybe that popped off the key. Kind of poetic justice, Mike, what we saw in that ladder match when Kurt was trying to climb to the top to get the key for this match, and Anderson was choking Kurt out with the chain for the key, and
as well as what we saw earlier with Mr. Anderson choking him.
Oh, so it looks like the Warrior Medal, Mike.
It is. How appropriate is that also, that he uses the Warrior Medal. Oh, and that is the payback that Kurt Angle's been waiting for, to spit in the face of Mr. Anderson. And then there's the exclamation point.
Here's the winner,
I really don't think you can get any match that's more graphic and physical than what we just witnessed. Both these men beating the holy crap out of each other out here. Kurt Angle proved why he's on a completely different level than everybody else in the world of this industry. Look at that.
Look at that. That sick attempt, the moonsault off the top of the cage by Kurt Angle. You called it graphic. It was certainly physical. It was brutal, but you know what it was for Kurt Angle? Satisfaction.
Well, big-time redemption.
First of all, I want to say how great you fans are here in St. Louis. God bless you. If you didn't already know, I'm going to step back, take a little time off, kind of regroup. I'm gonna miss you guys while I'm gone. But when I come back, I only have one goal in mind, and that's winning the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Oh, it's real! It's damn real!
Kurt Angle says his dedication is towards regaining the TNA World Heavyweight title.
Introducing his opponent from Brooklyn, New York, the amazing Red.
You know, I love the thinking of Kurt Angle to properly prepare for the potential high-risk X Division style of Kazarian this Sunday. Kurt arranges this match against the former X Division champion, the Amazing Red.
Well, Kurt Angle not looking past Kazarian this Sunday, even though Kazarian is the number 10 contender. I mean, it's not easy preparing for X Division wrestlers, and if you're gonna do it, Amazing Red is the poster boy for X Division athletes. So I like what Kurt's doing here and his mindset in this. And Amazing Red, despite the size difference, this guy can hit you from every angle in that ring.
I think that's what Kurt wants. Kurt wants that unpredictable X Division high-risk style, and you're gonna get it, Kurt Angle, from Amazing Red.
You see the quickness right there of Amazing Red, look at that.
Snap off that head scissors, and as Angle stands at the ready and makes eye contact with Red, you immediately sense that there's respect from the Olympic gold medalist.
Well, absolutely, and you know, Kurt Angle, I believe, knowing Kurt for over 10 years, he respects someone who competes. Someone who's not going to complain and cry and moan that, hey, I'm not as big as the next guy or faster or stronger. You just go and give your best, and that's what Amazing Red did there, but he just got chucked. Nice belly to belly.
Red's quickness, his ability to escape an effort by Kurt Angle to try and ground him went pretty well until that suplex. There you see the follow-up shot, the European uppercut, and Angle goes right at Red, but again, the quickness comes into play, able to sidestep Kurt as Angle goes out to the floor.
Notice how Amazing Red waits for the last second to move out of the way. Speaking of moving out of the way, look at that, look at that. Ooh.
Then Kurt just elevates right up to the apron, and Kurt totally unaware, didn't see the kick coming. Oh, wow! What a snap with the Hurricane Rana.
That's why they call him amazing. Tremendous athleticism by Amazing Red.
And let's see if Amazing Red can take advantage of this situation here against Kurt. He's going to go springboard, elevate up. Kurt able to avoid him, and then, oh, what a shot with the clothesline.
Now, you want to talk about full force impact. Take a look at this here. Look at that, almost turning Red inside out.
Stacked him up right on his neck as Kurt measures to try and take him up into the air. And how about Red? DDT out of nowhere.
Well, DDT on a surgically repaired neck. Great strategy by Red.
Taz, want to touch on that situation with RVD and Sting, and I know you as a former World Heavyweight Champion. I'm going to get your mindset to RVD not only being violently attacked, the unprovoked brawl in the back with Sting, but also taking his World Heavyweight Championship belt?
Well, that's a, you know, to me, someone were to take my championship, the actual belt, that's your prize. That reminds you of who you are, and whoa!
Oh! Red again! Drops Angle on his head, follow cover, no! Just two.
So I don't blame Van Dam for being in hot pursuit to try and find Sting and, you know, get his title back, the actual title belt from Sting. That's what it's about.
That's the symbol, that's the prized possession as we see Kurt connect as Amazing Red's head on that suplex. Well, it was not a good landing, was it?
Amazing Red looked like he got shot out of the proverbial cannon. Look at this. Oops. Look at that arm drag and going for the angle slam, but nice counter. Oh.
Full revolution. Caught him the second time around. Oh, man.
Look at that.
Red may have him here. Kurt down for two. No. Angle able to get the shoulder up just before three. Guys, we got to take another look at this.
Look at this. I mean, look, Kurt Angle wanted to take on Amazing Red to prepare for Kazarian this Sunday because they're both X Division athletes, and Kurt's getting his money's worth here. That miss might have caught Red.
Crash and burn off the top, and there it is. Angle slam, got him hooked up for three.
The winner of the match, Kurt Angle.
Well, see, at the end of the day, Kurt Angle, an international superstar, a multi-time world champion, 13-time world champion, capitalizes on the high-risk maneuver that missed by Amazing Red. Will that happen to Kazarian this Sunday?
And I think for Kurt Angle, in terms of scouting, in terms of preparing for number 10 in the rankings, Kazarian this Sunday at Slammiversary was mission accomplished. You just have to wonder, what does Jeff Hardy have up his sleeve tonight?
You never know. You never know with Jeff Hardy. He's a wild card, man. He's very unpredictable. But I will say this. As different as Angle and Hardy are from each other and their backgrounds and whatnot, the two things that they have in common is their work ethic, easy for me to say, their work ethic and their passion. Their passion to be the best.
You don't reach this point
No.
in the profession without those two elements and these two superior athletes as well. Of course, no denying the accomplishments of Kurt Angle, the Olympic gold medalist. And Jeff Hardy absolutely set to bring it tonight here inside the steel cage, but it's Angle in the early going.
Well, I've had the opportunity and been lucky enough in my career to, you know, have the chance to wrestle both of these men at different times, you know, and so I've been in the ring with both these amazing competitors. So I can tell you they're both of them very dangerous and they're very tough to prepare for, to compete against each of these men. So the mixture of them against each other, to me, is magic.
All Angle from the outset before Hardy tries to turn it around and does. Drops him in his tracks first with the elbow, then takes him up, inverted drop, and then quickly turns it around. Oh, drops both legs right across the chest, and then that drop kick right into the face.
See Kurt right there, just looked like it went to the eyes, I believe. And hey, you know, sometimes you got to take a shortcut. See right there, Kurt Angle, the right knee, heavily wrapped up. Some ace bandages, some tape. He's got a little kind of limp in his step. I mean,
knee or a hamstring?
I'm not sure. I mean, I believe he went public and talked about the injury. He hurt it training. You know, training. He was getting ready, you know, to compete in the games, in the Olympic Games, and he injured it training.
Going to be interesting to see as this match progresses if that has any impact on Kurt Angle's offense here against Jeff Hardy. To this point, it's been mostly Kurt Angle, and he's not been favoring the leg.
Well, listen, look, the thing with Jeff Hardy, you got to really be careful. This guy is loaded with resiliency. Jeff Hardy is just tenacious and resilient. There's no stopping him.
Yeah, you can't count him out.
No, man, no. You really can't. Look at that. Oh, beautiful.
High up into the air goes Hardy in the corner.
Yeah, he took himself out on that, Jeff, did he?
I think the way he landed.
Back of his head.
Went with such impact and such force out of the corner into the chest of Kurt, but the back of Hardy's head, it snapped as he went right off the mat and quickly in the corner, overhand rights.
Don't be mistaken now. Listen, Kurt Angle, he's definitely loaded with intensity, but so is Jeff Hardy, the charismatic enigma. He's got no problem with intensity.
Whoa.
Oh, my God.
That time the momentum of Jeff Hardy came back to haunt him.
Sure did. You see that grin, that smile on the face of Angle.
Almost as if Hardy fell right into a trap.
Sure did. He was a little overzealous. Again, that reckless style. That reckless style.
Sometimes it's great.
Especially with someone to the level of a Kurt Angle and his experience and his big match experience.
Watch Angle stalk as he circles behind Hardy to get the positioning that he wants. Delivers the boot with authority to the back of the head. Kurt trying to block out the crowd here in Nashville at lockdown.
Look at that, Kurt just smiling before he grabbed at that hamstring.
He sure did, didn't he?
Well, he felt it. That quick twitch muscle and that snap.
I mean, tell us about that kind of a suplex and the effect that it could have.
A suplex is conducted with all hips and base. Your legs are your base. So he felt it in his base, man. And I don't think he realized until it happened. I mean, after he did the throw.
Wow.
I think he kind of his adrenaline. He got hung up in a moment, did Kurt. He's obviously not trying to hide his injury.
No, but he hasn't favored it at all ever since. I'm with you. I saw him reach down as well and grab it. But then he immediately takes Hardy and slams him against the cage. And yeah, the charismatic enigma trending now on Twitter.
Well, trending. He might need an oxygen tank or something, or a small army to stop this onslaught of Kurt Angle.
New general manager of Impact Wrestling, Hulk Hogan. He's the one that's behind this match for Jeff Hardy and Kurt Angle in the steel cage.
Oh, man, look at this. Oh, gruesome right there. Kurt Angle driving, raking the face of Jeff Hardy across the steel links of the steel fence of the cage.
Angle dragging
I think
the body back towards the, trying to get it back towards the middle. Go ahead.
Interrupt you, Mike. I apologize. I think he's bleeding. I think Jeff's bleeding a little bit. His head.
I think we can see some blood on the canvas, right?
He's got a lot of hair.
It's hard to tell with the hair.
He's got all sorts of ink and paint. I don't know what's going on, but I thought there might have been some blood there, but I can't. It looks red. I don't know what it is. You never know. Stuff could be using out of this guy. You never know with Jeff. Oh my God!
Oh, God, right here in front of us. And I think that time, as the hair of Hardy flew back, Taz, right here, you could see the blood coming from his head.
Yeah. Well, that right there was that last one.
Yeah, now there's no question with the overhead camera.
The speed that Kurt built up while holding the back of the head of Jeff Hardy while he drove his face into the steel of the cage was just something nasty. Look at his head.
And you know that each time Angle takes Hardy and throws him into the side of the cage, he's thinking Angle is about his son, Cody, and the fact that Cody's favorite wrestler is Jeff Hardy, who takes and turns it around on Angle, then comes flying back with the clothesline.
That's the thing with Jeff. He will come out of nowhere with something explosive, and we just witnessed it.
Referee Brian Hebner putting in the count. He's reached 5 as Kurt gets up to his knees and going to try and use the ring ropes just to get back up to his feet. Hardy's back up first. First offensive move is a running clothesline. Back elbow followed by Hardy. Now he's got Angle set up in the corner. Other thoughts, but it's turned around by Kurt. Hardy back, first the elbow to the head, double sledge in the corner, here he goes.
Well, that's reversal by Angle. Ran into that back elbow, look at this!
Whisper in the wind out of the corner.
Oh my God, what a shot.
Hits it just this quick, on top of the pin and the cover in. 2+ on the pin attempt before Angle fires the shoulder up to stop the count.
Typical Jeff Hardy, how he just comes and fights from underneath and keeps battling. He don't stop. And it's typical Kurt Angle.
Sure is.
To bring that heavy offense. Oh, nice counter there.
Leg power, leg strength of Hardy is evident as he uses his legs to snap Kurt head first into the side of the cage. Doubles him over, could be the twist. Oof, there it is.
That was a version of like a stunner right there. Snapped into that.
Angle down. And Hardy heads to the corner. Notorious for his high-risk moves. But here comes Kurt. The quick recovery by Angle.
Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no,
That's
no!
the suplex out of the corner. Boy, just when it looked like Jeff Hardy was going to take control of this match.
Well, let's take another look at this massive. Wait, no, come on,
stay here. No.
Man, that was close right there. Well, I think we're going to take another look here at this massive top rope Angle slam.
Boy, so tough at this point. We like to show you the replay, but
show you right now.
tough
Here it
to
comes.
cut away from the live. Here it is.
Here we go,
Watch
here we go.
this.
Look at that impact. Both men. Jeff definitely got the worst. Look at that shot there. Great angle right there.
The elevation that Angle had out of the corner on that. Now relentless. Strikes one after one to the head of Hardy. Then the boot right to the face.
This might be the opportunity to escape, and I think that's what Kurt's got in mind. Get out of Dodge right in front of us here, Mike.
One of the options to win is escaping the cage. That in addition to pin or submission. Hardy not only pulls him down, then drops him down with the clothesline.
Well, look at Jeff Hardy here. I guess Jeff is going to escape.
Hardy going to climb the cage and do so and quickly make his way.
He's right in front of us here.
Angle's got him wrapped right around the... Got his hands wrapped around the ankle. Hardy fights him off. Oh, then springs back right into the splash.
Holy God, out of nowhere.
Pin, 2.
Whoa!
Just this close.
How Kurt popped that shoulder up.
I don't know how.
I know how. All those years of training, being on the mat since he's a little kid, training to stay off his back. That's how he did that. And I agree with our live massive audience here in Nashville. This is awesome. Well, who's going to get to their feet first? That's the question. And whoever that is, they might get the advantage. So,
to answer your question, it's Hardy to a knee,
Hardy's
first to his feet.
Hardy's going to leave here. Oh no, ankle lock, Mike.
Pulled back in, not able to escape the cage through the door. Ankle lock is turned around. Switch now. It's Hardy with the ankle lock. Going to try and beat Kurt with his own patented submission move.
Get your legs in. Jeff, just grapevine his leg and you'll get him.
Referee Hebner right in the face of Kurt Angle. He's got his hand up. Is he going to tap? Is he going to tap? Who better than Angle to know the counter? Clothesline misses. Hardy,
twist though. There it is. Kurt again. He grabbed at that leg before that twist of fate. That slowed him down.
Hardy not going to go for the pin attempt off the twist of fate. I thought he might go for the cover there.
I think if he did, he would have got the win, in my opinion, but
got other things in mind as he heads to the corner.
I guess he's going to climb out. Uh-oh.
Here he goes from the top. Whoa! The top.
Well, that camera angle told you the whole story, man. That Swanton was insane.
He's not satisfied. Not going for a pin again. High risk again. Second time. Here's the pin. Here's two. No!
Oh, my God. You gotta be kidding me.
What does he have to do?
You got me, man.
Twist of fate. Back-to-back Swantons. And not enough to put Kurt Angle away.
Both men leaving it all in this ring, man. Just really putting it out there. Busting their rear ends out here. Trying to outdo each other. Let's take a look at these Swanton. Look at this one here. I believe that was the first one, Mike. And then Jeff goes to the other corner. Bam, nails another one. Still not able to get the victory.
A weakened Angle, begging off, trying to call for time. He lured Jeff Hardy in, and he sent him face first into the side of the cage. Now Angle stalks and measures. Gonna take him up for the slam and hits it. This could do it. Here's Kurt on top.
Oh. Kurt went in real quick for that cover after the Angle slam. Able to kick out was Jeff Hardy. Angle's all business right now, my friend. Look at those eyes. Look at that look.
Daring Hardy to get up. As Hardy's up, Angle goes for another slam. Cut off.
Oh, man.
Again, trying to beat Angle in his own game.
Beautiful.
Gonna go Swanton again.
How many times? How many more?
Wait a minute. No.
Oh,
No. Hardy heads all the way to the top of the steel cage.
Jeff, don't do it. You're freaking out of your mind. Don't do it, Jeff. Jeff, don't do it.
Oh, my God.
Angle is a bona fide living legend and the all-around greatest wrestler, arguably, to ever step in the ring.
Somewhere Matt Hardy is tweeting about how he defeated Kurt Angle last week, but nonetheless, here we are on the Kurt Angle Farewell Tour in Manchester, England, 200 miles away from Ayr Scotland, the hometown of Drew Galloway, who goes 6'7", 250. Not much of a weight advantage as Kurt Angle's at 244 pounds. Talked to Drew Galloway earlier. You can see our conversation on ImpactWrestling.com. Drew kept repeating, no matter what happens, no matter what Kurt Angle does to me, I have to win tonight.
Absolutely, and you don't get many opportunities. Obviously, Kurt is on his farewell tour now, and this is just one of those rare chances. Kurt picked Drew. Drew has his opportunity, and he wants to capitalize.
It's like Kurt Angle told Mike Bennett earlier tonight, I want to wrestle. Man, I respect. On the Kurt Angle farewell tour tonight, it's Drew Galloway. Next up, it's Bobby Roode. And then the final match for Kurt Angle will be against Lashley, and what an encounter that will be.
Seeing those two juggernauts go at it before. Classic encounter all around. Match of the year.
High and tight back suplex by Kurt Angle. And how quick can Kurt Angle change the trajectory of a matchup?
In the blink of an eye, in the blink of an eye. When we talk about all the accomplishments of Kurt Angle, there's one that is rarely mentioned. I mean, we talk about the gold medalists, we talk about all of the world titles that he has won, but Kurt is the only wrestler in the history of this business to hold all titles simultaneously that you could possibly hold.
Angle into the cover here. Quick kick out there by Drew Galloway.
World title, X Division title, World Tag Team Champion. Hell, if he wanted to, he could have held the Knockouts Championship at the same time, too.
It's amazing what Kurt Angle has accomplished in his career. And now on his farewell tour, here against Drew Galloway. And Galloway, he knows all the accomplishments of Kurt Angle, but he has to forget about that stuff. He has to get inside the ring, the six-sided ring, and defeat Kurt Angle. Stand toe-to-toe with the greatest competitor of all time, the Cyborg. We'll see if Galloway can do that here tonight. Firing away with forearms, trying to stay away from Kurt Angle. Double clothesline in the center of the ring. A stalemate here between Angle and Galloway. Who will gain the advantage? Welcome back. This is Kurt Angle versus Drew Galloway on the Kurt Angle farewell tour. And during the break, again, it went back and forth. You're seeing Drew Galloway gain the advantage for perhaps the first time in this match. Partner, what can Galloway rely on against Kurt Angle?
It's funny that you mentioned that because he has to be a thinking man's wrestler. He has to think on his feet because that's what Kurt is always doing.
Oh, and Galloway! High risk, and it's not going to pay off. The ankle lock by Kurt Angle.
This is what I was talking about, Josh. Kurt is always thinking he's one step ahead of his opponent.
And Drew Galloway escapes the ankle lock. How much damage was done by Angle? Kurt Angle looking for a backslide here. Galloway lands on his feet. Future shock DDT. Plants Angle on his surgically repaired neck. Covered by Galloway to kick out at two. You saw a slight bit of hesitation there. And that allowed Kurt Angle to kick out at two. And Drew Galloway follows up with a powerful clothesline.
Man, Kurt just, he got back up to his feet, which is instinct, but you got to know that future shock DDT just, it got Kurt reeling right now.
It looked to me like, and to your point from earlier, Galloway was thinking, and he knew that he had an opportunity to roll Kurt over and plant him with that future shock DDT. Angle had the wherewithal to kick out at two.
And Drew Galloway is doing right now what he knows he has to do, and that's stay on top of Kurt. Do not allow Kurt Angle a chance to breathe, because if you do, man, he'll switch this thing right around as we've seen so many times before.
We talked about what Drew Galloway has to do to defeat Kurt Angle. If you're Kurt Angle, and look at this! An Angle slam on the steel steps to Drew Galloway.
Just like that, the tide of the match has changed.
Referee Brian Hebner was up to an 8 count. Angle and Galloway back into the ring. This match may be over as Kurt Angle. Look at how Kurt Angle stays out of the... There's no way that Drew Galloway can see where Angle is.
He's zeroing in on go for that Angle slam.
Got him! Planted! And Kurt Angle was that close to defeating Drew Galloway. This is where Kurt goes into a mode that I don't think a lot of wrestlers possess. Counter there by Galloway, perhaps out of desperation. Drew Galloway will look for the Claymore kick. A running boot to take down Kurt Angle.
Nice counter. Nice counter by Drew Galloway. What does he have?
What does Drew Galloway have in mind? Kurt Angle all the way around.
What a unique maneuver.
With fierce velocity and a cover and a kick out by Angle at 2.
Almost like a reverse Alabama jam there that Drew Galloway hit on Kurt Angle. Very impressive. A guy his size, get Kurt Angle in a position like that, that's what you do. You just drop.
Galloway's still clutching at his lower back from that Angle slam on the steel steps outside the ring. It's like a target for Kurt Angle. You know that Angle's thinking about German suplexes at some point in this match.
And to Drew's credit, he has not necessarily put himself or allowed himself to be put in the position for Kurt to hit it.
No, not a lot of throws thus far in this matchup by Kurt Angle. Great game plan by Drew Galloway. And what does the captain have in mind here? No. Galloway has Angle hooked by the head. Control the head, control the body. But Drew Galloway's going to take out Kurt Angle. A Celtic cross.
Kurt Angle's farewell may come right here tonight.
Galloway hooks the inside leg, and Kurt Angle barely kicks out at 2. How did Angle kick out? The man is a cyborg.
Unbelievable.
What does Drew Galloway have to do? And again, the lower back of Drew Galloway. It bounced off those steel steps. And Kurt Angle, lightning quick, into a German suplex.
And he's back up to his feet just like that. German suplex, going for the Angle slam.
The Angle slam got thrown off, countered by Galloway. Claymore, the Claymore. Huge upset perhaps coming.
But what is Drew doing? He should have went in for the cover.
I think Drew Galloway sensed that Kurt Angle was going to make his way back to his feet. Didn't want to waste the energy of going for a cover. Wants to size up Angle for another Claymore. And he got him. And Drew Galloway is going to defeat Kurt Angle, who gets the outside shoulder up.
Are you kidding me? Drew has won so many matches with that Claymore kick.
He beat Lashley. He hit Lashley with it.
And it only took 1. He hit Kurt with 2 of them. And Kurt still had the resiliency to kick out.
Is the future here and now? Can Drew Galloway size up and defeat Kurt Angle? The Claymore from the top got thrown off. And Drew Galloway caught here by Kurt Angle.
Well, we're about to take a trip down Suplex Boulevard. Kurt is at number 2.
Angle not letting go, hands locked. Oh! A thunderous throw by the Olympic gold medalist.
Just when you think you got Kurt where you want him, he comes and surprises you.
Shot. And Angle again staying directly behind Drew Galloway. Looking for an Angle slam. Connects.
And maybe Kurt now sensing that he has to do more to put Drew Galloway away.
Kurt Angle did not go for the cover. Kurt Angle, for everything he's been through in this match, trying to get up to the top rope, and just drops himself into Drew Galloway, who pops 3 and 2.
What a match between Kurt Angle and Drew Galloway. What an absolute war we are witnessing.
And Angle wants to put an end to this war with an ankle lock. Force Drew Galloway to tap out in the center of the ring. Can Drew Galloway hang on? Can Drew Galloway fight through the pain? Galloway turned it around. Nice reversal. And here comes Kurt Angle. And there goes Angle.
The smack of Kurt Angle's shoulder into that ring post.
A ring rattling maneuver. And another Claymore. Another Claymore. Kurt Angle down. And Kurt Angle kicks out.
Third Claymore. Third Claymore. Kurt still kicked out. Oh my God, he's busted open.
Drew Galloway caught Kurt Angle with that Claymore right in the mouth. Woo. submission maneuver by Drew Galloway. Kurt Angle may tap out. Kurt Angle may tap out.
We've seen Drew put this maneuver on before. We've seen him apply it before. And it's such a unique maneuver because he traps the arm. He traps the arm behind his neck and then applies the crossface.
Kurt Angle writhing in pain. Kurt Angle's fading. Angle turns it around. Kurt Angle somehow, from the position that he was in, has an ankle lock on Drew Galloway.
And he's in the center of the ring.
Great effort, Drew Galloway, but you're in the ring with Kurt Angle.
Kurt is cranking on his ankle.
Galloway may be forced to tap out.
He may have to.
Drew turns it around, trying to fight free. Fired away on the jaw. Humps the knee of Angle. And Galloway right back to the submission hold.
Look at the torque. It's not just applying pressure to the neck. Look at the torque on the shoulder. Look at the blood pouring out of the mouth of Kurt Angle.
Drew Galloway wrenching back. Kurt Angle tapped out. Kurt Angle has tapped out.
I don't believe it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, Drew Galloway.
What a battle between two warriors. And what a victory by Drew Galloway. A tap-out victory over Kurt Angle.
I sit here speechless. Mouth wide open. I cannot believe what I have just witnessed.
Drew Galloway told us earlier, I have to win. I have to beat Kurt Angle.
Well deserved by Drew Galloway. What a hard-fought war. This is absolutely, as Pope said before, the biggest opportunity he capitalized. This is the biggest win of Drew Galloway's career.
On a tremendous stage, a great show of sportsmanship, Drew Galloway has defeated Kurt Angle. The Destroyer Lashley is a two-time world champion with a 14-2 mixed martial arts record. Told Kurt Angle 2 weeks ago, I can beat you on your best day. Told Kurt Angle earlier tonight, you're simply not ready for me, Kurt. The Destroyer wants to defeat the greatest wrestler to ever compete inside a 4-sided or 6-sided wrestling ring. Lashley has that opportunity here tonight.
Well, you know what? We look at Lashley on top of the ropes right now. This matchup for him probably is right at the top of his list of the greatest and toughest things he's going to ever do.
The Kurt Angle farewell tour culminates with this epic encounter here tonight. We've given you Kurt Angle's resume. You know he's a TNA Hall of Famer and a 6-time TNA World Champion, our first ever World Champion. You know that he won the Olympic gold medal in 1996 for freestyle wrestling. He's pro wrestling's Captain America. But what we don't know, what we can't judge, is the emotion running through Kurt Angle here tonight as he embarks on his final match in Impact Wrestling. A decade-long storied career that Kurt Angle ends here tonight.
You look at it, it's just like I said about Lashley. Same for Kurt Angle. You know this matchup is huge. It's Kurt's final matchup, and you know he wants to go out with a W, but the tank that moves like a race car is determined to send Kurt out with a big fat L.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is the final matchup of the Kurt Angle Farewell Tour and is the main event of the evening. When the bell rings, the man in charge, TNA official Brian Hebner. And now, from Birmingham, England, it's your main event of the evening. Introducing first, standing to my left, weighing in at 272 pounds, coming to us from Denver, Colorado, he is the Destroyer, Lashley. And now, standing to my right, weighing in at 232 pounds, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, he is professional wrestling's only Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle.
The final match on the Kurt Angle Farewell Tour. Kurt Angle's farewell match happens after this. Their first match happened March 20th, 2015. Lashley was the champion, Kurt Angle the challenger in Wembley Arena in London. Kurt Angle would win that match. Then on April 3rd, 2015 in Orlando, Florida, in controversial fashion, Kurt Angle would defeat Lashley. Angle has a 2-0 record against the Destroyer. It's been 333 days since they've gone one-on-one. In this trilogy, who will earn the victory tonight? Will it be Lashley? Will it be Kurt Angle? As Angle says goodbye to Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, and you know what? This isn't just about a record. This isn't just about picking up any type of victory. For Lashley, this for him is do or die. He don't want to live his life, go through the rest of his career saying he never was able to get the job done against Kurt Angle.
Lashley has become a very confident individual, and Kurt Angle with a German suplex.
Oh, there's number one.
That'll take your confidence away in a hurry.
Oh, Lashley slipping. Got it again. Lashley might want to slow down, take a breath, and rethink this thing. And that's something that we've come to see with Lashley over the course of his tenure here in Impact Wrestling. We all know this is his second stint here. Lashley has become more of an accomplished athlete. He's become more focused, and he's become more dangerous, man.
We'll talk more about Lashley and what he's done in his incredible career throughout this match. You can't deny what Kurt Angle's done, the incredible matches that he has on his resume. Schoolboy there by Lashley. I think about all the matches that Angle's had. Thinking back to Slammiversary 2008 against AJ Styles. They would meet in the last man standing match. Later in their career, speaking of AJ, now available on Shop TNA is the Essential AJ Styles Collection. More than 30 matches, 12 hours on a special 4-disc set featuring AJ's greatest matches. Go to ShopTNA.com right now to reserve your copy as Kurt Angle's going to work.
Yeah, Kurt just hit another overhead suplex on Bobby Lashley. Pope has been in the ring with both of those men you just mentioned, and AJ Styles. I'll be a part of that disc set, as well as Kurt Angle. Had a classic matchup with Kurt at Victory Road, one of my crowning achievements in this sport. But again, Lashley wants to get that victory and have his crowning moment as well.
And look at the strength of Lashley, the power! Taking Kurt Angle head first into the turnbuckle, covered by the Destroyer, hooks the leg, and Angle kicks out.
I can only imagine Lashley's mindset right now and what's going through his head, partner.
What about the mindset of Kurt Angle, knowing that this is his final match in Impact Wrestling, everything he's done, all the blood, sweat, and tears to help build upon the foundation of Impact Wrestling.
Well, you know what? It's another match for Kurt Angle if you ask. Kurt approaches every match the same way. He trains just as hard for every match he's in. But for Lashley, we're talking about pressure because Kurt doesn't have to beat Lashley. Lashley has to beat Kurt.
So then my next question is, the strategy that we've seen from Lashley over the past few weeks, trying to get inside the mind of Kurt Angle, telling Kurt Angle, I can beat you on your best day. You're not ready for me. I can look in your eyes and see you're not ready for me.
Yeah, when we talk about the growth of Lashley, as Pope was referring to earlier, you have to throw in there that Lashley has become calculated. And that's what all that was, man. Calculated. He's learning how to play the head games as well. Trying to throw Kurt Angle off his game.
Imagine how Lashley will be next week if he shows up to Impact Live after defeating Kurt Angle. If he can send Kurt Angle packing here in Kurt Angle's final match.
Yeah, to be able to defeat Kurt Angle, the guy that has held every championship title here at Impact Wrestling that he's ever competed for.
Body shots by Angle. Big boot there, opening up Lashley. And the Destroyer. How quick was that with that back elbow right to the jaw?
Yeah, he was able to counter that leg kick by Kurt Angle and hit him with a spinning elbow. Very quick as Lashley, as I often refer to.
When you think about Lashley and you look at what's going on so far in this match, there's no effect from the German suplexes that Kurt threw early on. Lashley, cover here, looks as strong as ever.
Well, you know what? When Kurt hit those suplexes, you know, it does one thing. It lets the opponent know what they need to be aware of. And being that Lashley was very fresh during the time that happened, it didn't have the desired effect, but it put Lashley on his toes. It's keeping him on his toes throughout this matchup. He's not rushing in anymore like he was in the beginning on Kurt Angle.
You can see our great fans here in the United Kingdom. They know they're in for a long match. We have taken our final commercial break. We're with you until this match is over. We're with you until we have a winner, whether it's Kurt Angle or whether it's Lashley. And Lashley's going for a ride.
Yep, there we go again. We're up to number 5 if Pope's count is correct.
But this time, Kurt Angle is not releasing. This time, Kurt Angle is keeping his hands locked on the Destroyer.
Now, Kurt's not going to let him roll out the ring this time.
Up and Lashley, right back to the power, right back to his advantage.
And into the power slam on Kurt Angle.
And Lashley's starting to feel it here.
Come on, Kurt. Lashley's a powerhouse. Barely sweating.
He hasn't taken his eyes off of Kurt Angle. Look for the spear. Angle counters. Angle looking for the angle slam. He's got Lashley up. And a counter there.
Not much of a counter.
A cover here by Kurt Angle. And Lashley kicks out. I think you're right. A counter to the full effect of an angle slam. But still Kurt got some of it now bleeding from the mouth.
Oh, and I think that came from that back elbow that Lashley gave Kurt. Caught him right in the mouth. Good Lord, I think we're up to 9. Kurt's taking Lashley down Suplex Boulevard.
3 more rolling German suplexes from the cyborg, Kurt Angle, from the legend, from the Hall of Famer. And an ankle lock. The ankle lock by Kurt Angle. He's got Lashley twisted up in the center of the ring. Will Lashley tap out? Kurt Angle spitting blood. Looking to put away Lashley here.
Lashley trying to counter.
Trap the arm. He's got the arm trap. Looking for a cross arm breaker. Has to get Kurt Angle to break his lock here.
Yeah, nice counter by Kurt. He locked his hands together. How long can he hold it? Lashley.
The white knuckles of Kurt Angle have been released. And Lashley has the cross arm breaker.
This is not good for Kurt. Kurt has to find a way to try to maneuver, turn over, spin out. There you go, Kurt.
How powerful are the legs of Lashley? And Kurt Angle trying to turn over, trying to lock the angle. He's got Lashley twisted up again.
There's nobody more technically sound than Kurt Angle. He knows how to counter counters on top of counters.
Just an incredible wrestling match between Kurt Angle and Lashley. Referee Brian Hebner right there to see if Lashley wants to tap out, to see if Lashley can hang on. Great counter there. And Lashley
just drove him down with a spine buster. How dominant of a spine buster was that by the Destroyer Lashley?
And Lashley gets his wits about him and now thinking, I'm going to spear Kurt Angle into the canvas. I'm going to beat Kurt Angle I'm gonna send Kurt Angle packing. Spear! He got him! Lashley, cover on Angle. Leg is hooked at Kurt Angle somehow. Some way kicks out at 2. What an escape by Angle.
Now look at Lashley. When you talk about the growth, when you talk about how far this man has come in this business, when Kurt Angle kicked out, he recollected himself, did Lashley. He didn't become frustrated. He moved back into position to capitalize yet again.
Lashley looking for a second spear. Looking to put away Kurt Angle. What's it
There
for?
again. He connected. He connected.
Kurt Angle's down. Another cover. And this time Kurt Angle can still kick out at 2.
Oh, man.
There's your frustration.
Not frustration, maybe disbelief. Not going to say frustration yet. When frustration comes in, mistakes are made. Lashley is still sticking to his game plan. Maybe a third time's a charm, partner.
I think we're all in disbelief. This time Kurt Angle sidesteps it. Kurt Angle with a schoolboy. Lashley stacked up. Kurt Angle going for the ankle lock yet again.
Oh, man, he got such torque on that. The knee is bent in a huggle position. He grapevine it.
Lashley is trapped. There's nowhere for Lashley to go.
This is going to take pure will. Pure, oh my God.
Can Lashley scratch and claw his way to the bottom rope? The only way perhaps for Lashley to break the ankle lock of Kurt Angle.
The question is, how long can Lashley stay in the hole? Can he make it to the rope?
Trying to hang on is Lashley. Trying to fight through the pain. Lashley closing in on tapping out to the greatest wrestler of all time. A storybook ending for the career of Kurt Angle.
That's grapevine, and Kurt has it locked in the way he does. He can snap Lashley's ankle, but Lashley refuses to give up.
Kurt Angle again now trying to reposition himself for the ankle lock. Lashley turned inside, breaks the hold. How did Lashley survive?
Have no idea. Sheer will, sheer gut, sheer fortitude shown by Lashley.
Kurt Angle hard into the steel post.
Third spear, third spear.
Is it enough to put away Kurt Angle? Lashley with the victory. Lashley has beaten Kurt Angle.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, the Destroyer, Lashley.
How did Lashley not tap out to the ankle lock? How did Lashley defeat Kurt Angle?
Wow. Everyone is just in shock. Lashley did it. He did it right, and he did it by his own merit. Kudos to Lashley. What a great matchup between these two. What a great showing by the Hall of Famer, Kurt Angle.
But the career of Kurt Angle is over.
Look at that respect. Yeah.
Thank you, Kurt Angle, indeed. Pure class being shown here by everyone. Lashley, what the hell was that?
OMG! Why? What was the point of that?
No! And Kurt Angle is down. Lashley is snapped.
Oh, man.
But this is uncalled for. Here's Drew Galloway. Just get Lashley the hell out of the ring.
Lashley appears to be thinking about what just happened. And it's not fair.
Lashley takes out Galloway. What is going through the mind of this man? Here's Eddie Edwards. And Eddie gets speared.
All of these men coming out who respect Kurt Angle the way I do, the way you do, they're trying to help out. But Lashley found the spear. Lashley could care less. He's saying this is his moment.
What the hell is he doing?
What the hell is he doing? He's doing something that is just dead wrong. Why? Why is Lashley taking this approach? What the hell's wrong with him?
And here comes EC3. What does this mean for Lashley?
Whatever it means, EC3 has his eyes locked on the ring, and he's staring a hole through Bobby Lashley.
EC3 will challenge for the World Championship live next week, but he has his sights set on the Destroyer Lashley, who took out Kurt Angle, who took out Drew Galloway, who took out Eddie Edwards. But here comes EC3.
Look at the scenery. Look at all the bodies that Lashley has laid waste to, all in the ring, and now there's just two standing. That's Lashley, and that's EC3.
Lashley at this point, smiling and laughing and turning his back and walking away from EC3. This was supposed to be a celebration tonight. We were supposed to honor the career of Kurt Angle as he said goodbye, but instead, Lashley took it upon himself to put everyone on notice and take out men that he once considered to be his friends. The Destroyer leaves carnage and ruin in his wake and rocks Impact Wrestling to its very core.